Hello, the internet! Welcome to our preview stream of Things from the Flood. I have some incredible people here with me from Modiphius and some special guests. So first, let me welcome Adam Koebel is here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Adam. Thank you so much for coming on and playing.
Hi, yeah, you're welcome. I'm super excited to be a sad teenager again.
I mean, you know. We all are, though. That's why we're here, right?
Yep.
And to cover some cool mysteries as well, though.
Sure, that also.
I mean, I'm more into the teenager thing, but sure, mysteries, all right.
Yeah, mysteries too. Mysteries second. That's all cool.
I kind of wanted the mystery. Okay.
Oh.
Well, we'll get there.
Adam, who are you and where can we find you?
My name is Adam Koebel. You can find me all over the GD internet, mostly on Twitter at Skinny Ghost or twitch.tv/Adam Koebel. Or you can check out my role-playing game that I made at dungeon.world.
Over there somewhere. There we go. And we've got Bluejay with us. Hey, in a freezing cold house.
Yes, the most important thing though is that my birthday is tomorrow.
It is. I hadn't forgotten.
I gotta stop streaming with you like the week before your birthday. I've heard that so many times. Happy birthday, almost.
Thank you.
Happy almost birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I also do things on the internet in various and sundry places. You can find I did a list this morning on Twitter of like all of the different role-playing games that I've played this year, and it's a lot. I also think I might have forgot some. But you can find all of those at bluejay.tv/portfolio. That's the main place, I think.
Nice. And then we have some Modiphius folks with me who I saw not a few hours ago in the office. Steve, how you doing, man?
Oh, hey, just as I was about to drink. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. Can we find...
What
what do you do for us?
What do I do for you? Lots of
me,
things. If you see things that are video shaped on our YouTube, I probably have had my dirty hand in it. I do things with resin miniatures. I do things with timekeeping. But the thing that's most relevant is based on an idea that Sam and me had, I wrote the Norfolk Broads chapter for the Tales from the Loop expansion.
Oh my god, I'd totally forgotten. Yeah. We sat in the office and thought, where are we from and how ridiculous could it be in the 80s? And we thought, yeah, Norfolk, why not?
Norfolk Broads, yeah. And so we've got like old references to mainly where you grew up, I think, actually.
It's more my end, isn't it? Yeah.
And you're from Norfolk, so technically we should hate each other, but we don't. We love each other.
We don't. There's loads of internet love. Hello, Virginia.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right.
What do you do for Modiphius?
I'm a publishing assistant.
What does that mean?
Means I do whatever Sam puts on my desk.
It's true.
It's mostly proofreading and editing and emailing lots of people and organising stuff. So it's all fun. Occasionally bullying Sam into clearing up things on his desktop, apparently.
Oh yeah, you got to have a clean desktop. If you go to somebody's house and you look at their computer and it's just icons everywhere, get out of there. It's not safe.
Yeah, I was literally today. I was literally
get out of there.
I try to have folders.
But do you do the select all into one folder, or do you like
No.
folders?
I have a role play folder and I have a stream folder. They're somewhat organized.
That's two folders. That's not organized.
Sam has one folder that he dumps everything in. I've been told that I have to take away his toys tomorrow until he fixes it.
That's good. Yeah, it's like I have a clean desktop. Look, there's only one folder. It's called desktop.
Sam's philosophy in a nutshell.
Oh man,
yeah, perfect. I like it.
And Lloyd is here.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lloyd. I'm just some guy on the internet. Don't worry about me. Anyway, let's move on.
Lloyd is a GM for Nom.
Lloyd, not at all interesting. Yeah.
I used to take the piss out of Lloyd because I used to say he was a nobody. And then I had to walk from one end of the bar at UK Games Expo to the other with him, and we had to stop at every single table. And from that point on, I am no longer allowed to call him a nobody because he's not.
It's a pretty good indicator of like internet fame. Like how long does it take to get one end of the convention to another with a person? You're like, cool, yeah, me and my friend here, we're gonna go get some lunch in about 2 hours because it's on the other side of the convention.
Lloydie, what do you do for Modiphius?
I work for customer service and finance administration, and I run games for them and inexplicably go to conventions across the world to meet people, whether Modiphius likes it or not.
It's true. And this is how you've got your GM for nom status and you're not nobody status.
I'll take what I can get.
Just
Good way to be. It's a good place to start. Not being nobody.
Just convention going. Cool. Well, I'm Sam. I'm from Modiphius as well. I am the head of RPG development, so I'm looking after a lot of the kind of forward kind of thinking stuff. So I'm developing a lot of stuff for us in-house at the moment. Stuff I can talk about. Acton Cthulhu we're developing at the moment. We obviously announced Dune fairly recently.
I'm so excited.
I know.
When I saw that, I think both Matt Colville and I like internet looked at each other like, excuse me, what did they just say? Yes. Please.
How do I get my hands in this?
I'll take 12. Thank you. A couple of 6-packs of whatever you're serving up. Just give it on over here. Thanks.
Yeah.
It comes with the spice.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this particular melange.
Yeah. So that is in the kind of very early stages, the embryotic stages, but it is on the go. And then a couple of other IPs that we're working out on as well that I can't talk about yet because we haven't actually announced them. All very exciting stuff.
Message me later. I got spills.
Okay.
I love signing NDAs, so if you just want to go ahead,
yeah, I'm a big fan.
Hook me up with that. Yeah,
Sure. Emails I'll have to send out tomorrow morning.
And then last, just to round it up, I am also the other half of Black Cats Gaming. We recently just at Dragon Meet announced that we're going to be doing a spy tabletop role-playing game called The Spy Game. And I'm developing it. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to be a 5th edition OGL system, so it's a kind of modern look on a kind of D20 based rules that everyone's very familiar with. But you can do everything from like gumshoe thrillers to like crazy spy action movies. So that should be kickstarting next year. So very, very excited. But now we have a game to play.
Yes.
And the game is a special first look at things from the Flood. I'm not going to give away too much immediately because I've got a bit of exposition that should help us frame the kind of situation. But things have got a little darker. So the year is 1997. The Spice Girls have exploded onto the Britpop scene. Rose is about to fly at the front of the Titanic. Prodigy have just released The Fat of the Land. Bill Clinton is beginning his 2nd term as the President of the United States. AOL Messenger has just gone online. And Ross and Rachel are on a break. No shit, they are actually on a break right now.
Did you check that out on like a timeline somewhere, like a fan site?
Good.
Friends.wiki.
I don't know why, for some reason, I just suddenly went, oh my God, well, I want to say that, and then looked at it, and February 97 is when they started their break.
Wow. Perfect.
That's incredible.
So good. And then we've got our teens. So kids have grown up from the Tales from the Loop game into teens, as they're called. Each teen has a type. We've got several types with us. And who is playing what? Adam, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. So my character's name is Matthew Miller. He is the youngest of the teens at age 14. And I chose the Raver as my character type. Which, as soon as I saw it, all of the other ones, I was like, I don't care about any of this other crap. I'm going to be this guy for sure. I was so excited. Yeah. That's the beginning. How much more do you want to know about Matthew?
I'm cool with that just for now.
That'll do you. All right, perfect.
Yeah. We'll discover more in play, I'm sure. Bluejay, cool. Who are you playing?
My character is the jock. Her name is Jess McConnell. She's 16 years old. And yeah, getting ready to get more varsity letters on her jacket or whatever.
Ready to do some sports.
Sports.
Woo, sports. Steve, who are you playing?
I am playing Paul Campbell. He is a petrol head and he's age 16. He lives with his grandparents, spends a lot of time in his grandfather's garage. I've been told not to say shed because that's English, not American. And yeah, he's kind of like, machines are much easier to deal with than people. So that's where he spends his time.
Awesome. Virginia?
I am playing Cassidy Henderson. She is the street kid kind of archetype. She's not having a good time being a teenager. Everything kind of sucks for her at the moment.
The street kid seems to be the suckiest one. And Lloyd.
Hi, everyone. I'll be playing Stacey Ellen. Stacey has just recently returned back to town from a fabulous trip around the world to all the hottest fashion places. As such, I'll be playing the snob. I walk into town. I'm better than everyone here. In fact, the other people don't really matter. They're just there to make me look good. And more importantly, not only make me look good, they're also there to make my sweet, sweet shades look good.
Oh my God, you got some. Yes.
I love them so much.
I told you, I may not be able to roleplay, but I'm going to bloody look good for it.
I mean, you've already won, so.
You've won the game, Lloyd. You've won the game.
Congratulations.
Okay. Well, it is I'm going to introduce the teens, which is just a kind of normal scene, and we'll intersperse with the mystery and all the different scenes from their everyday lives. So it's a breezy December afternoon after class at Boulder City High School. In the science lab, our teens are involved in a science project. On the table in the center of class lies a robotic body. This robotic body is like dead, powerless. A couple of the legs have been removed from like the hip sockets. The servos and wires in parts are all splayed out. It looks a little bit damaged in places. All on top of the kind of, laminate kind of coated tabletop. Paul, you're the first in the classroom. Just taking a moment to kind of mess with the science department's one television. Flicking between local channels until you get good old Boulder.
Right.
And on there is a kind of military-looking veteran. And he's speaking directly to camera. Good afternoon, folks. Kurt Flanagan here on good old Boulder TV. It's almost 2 years since that fateful February night brought disaster to our humble town. The explosion that rocked the Hoover Dam flooded our city and put us in this state of emergency as the fault of one institution and one alone. With Dart gone, and these local armed external protection guys still invading our town, that fault lies squarely with the federal government of this United States. The AER think we don't know about their CIA and FBI affiliation, but they're wrong. We recognize the G-Man when we see him, and Clinton ain't fooling anybody in Boulder City, let me tell you. They'll come to stop you in the street, come to your homes, all under the guise of national security. But it isn't your safety they're concerned about, ladies and gentlemen. No, it ain't. 2 words, viewers. Cover up. This loop under the city was a technological marvel. It was a ticking time bomb for almost 5 decades until February 95. It was always doomed to fail. The floodwaters that swept from that dam that night and rose up into your homes did not only come from Lake Mead, but from the loop itself. The hot brown water in your homes isn't even from this country, but the Swedish loop, transported right here from Europe.
Ooh, imported.
That's right. Rick's Energy, another defunct private front for a government out of control, might be no more. But they've got just as much of a hand in this as Clinton and his bunch of crooks in Washington. Whatever experiments they were doing down there, whatever developments it led to, were not the ends that justify the means of a national cover-up, a state of emergency that's lasted 2 years, and the hundreds of lives ruined by this disaster. If you get stopped by the AEP, you tell that Colonel Kenneth McCormack the Private Kurt Flanagan wants to ask him some questions. You keep yourselves safe out there, folks. Go Tigers, and may God bless America. And we kind of fade out into a very local TV style looking title screen with the kind of Boulder City circular kind of, I think it's kind of the kind of city council kind of emblem on it, which does still have an intact Hoover Dam on the front.
I love that it's taken them more than 2 years to update the graphic assets for the station. Like, there's this tragedy, and we're just going to keep reminding you of it because we can't afford a graphic designer.
Jess, you are heading up into the science lab, science class, through the corridor. You hear a couple of girls talking on the way past, basically about. You kind of get flashes of speech, just saying, it was all red and weirdness, and it was really horrible. And she's describing a nightmare, and there's kind of flashes of pain, but she's focused on this light. It's very dark in her dream. But the weirdest thing is, her friend kind of turns to her and was like, "Oh my god, me too! That is so weird." And they're kind of, and they just pass, and then you're inside the science lab. Only Paul is here. You guys are waiting for everyone else to turn up to start the science project that you've got going
on. Is anyone else from any of the other groups present, or like, is it just like we're the early kids because we're fucking nerds, or what?
Well, I mean, because we were talking about when we were character creation, this project matters to you because. It really matters to your grade. I just
wondered if it was just an empty room with me and Paul.
It is. It's like after class. You guys are basically kind of, you're allowed to be in here to what essentially I think is do the science project.
Right. Okay. So if it's after class, I probably just came from like my last class, which was also like combined with a practice for track and field. Yeah. So I'm wearing my, customary, like the school sweatshirt, and those jersey shorts and whatever. And I come in and I have this big bag with my regular school clothes and just everything. And I'm like, okay. Are you the only one here, Paul, or?
Yeah, first as usual. Yeah, and I'd probably just turn the TV off because I don't want that being shown. I don't want to be reminded of the disaster, so I just turn the TV off.
There was a beautiful '90s Sprite commercial on.
Maybe I'll leave it on then.
I'm thirsty. Yeah. Is there a soda machine or?
Otherwise, I'm probably just sort of mussing around, just trying to set things up. Get everything ready because I'm a bit of a tryhard.
Yeah, the project is to dissect and then kind of depict the anatomy of a robot. A lot of these robots are kind of basically dying, like lying around, discarded, because unfortunately a lot of them have what's termed to be like the machine cancer. And in lieu of actual maps and scenes and stuff, we're going to kind of port you guys to some cool artwork by Simon Starnhag. So, yeah, so basically, this is kind of, imagine that, like, nowadays, this is your kind of, like, IT and coding class. This is, the science project. Science is basically all a bit about robotics this semester. So this is about you guys presenting that to the class at some point soon. Okay. Anyone else is welcome to come in to the scene as they like.
Well, I like to make an entrance, but I don't want to be the last person there because then it means that I'm last, and I don't want to be last at anything. So I'll make my entrance now. Walking in, I've got this beautiful black, like, turtleneck on, looking fabulous, and this white skirt that looks almost like perfectly ironed down to my knees. And I take off my shades and I sort of walk in and look around like. I was outside and look over at Paul and I'm like, roll my eyes. But I like sort of saunter in and I walk down. I'm like, all right, so what do we do?
Oh, hi, Stacey. They've already, I mean, you didn't do the homework?
Look, the homework is for people who don't have things to do at home. I clearly do. I just need an update and I'll be fine. So just update me.
Right, well, we're supposed to be taking this thing apart. You should have already looked at the blueprints and had
blueprints are complicated, okay? There's lines and lines of everything around. I'm sure we can make some stuff to go along. How hard can it be, okay? Come on.
Right.
I'm probably sat between the two of you just watching this back and forward, realizing that inevitably I am going to have to bring you up to speed. So I'm already turning to the correct pages in my notes. I'm just like, I know where this is going already, so.
I like rummage through my bag and get the one of several books that are textbooks that I carry around everywhere, even if I don't have the class that day. And I'm just like, okay, it was page 103 to 117.
Paul, can I borrow your book?
I'm just literally, I pass it to you open on that page.
Thanks. Okay, what do I need to know?
This is a model, and like I guess I just rattle off what the model number of this specific robot is, and we're supposed to be, Paul, what we were supposed to be
taking apart?
Yeah, I'm basically like unrolling there's a blueprint probably I've already laid out waiting on one of the tables. I'm like, we've got to work out how this bisector and this manifold connects to this, and technobabble's coming out, but I'm just, this is where we're looking today.
Okay, fine. Yeah, whatever. We're done. Woohoo! We figured it out. Can we just open it now?
Okay.
Gotta wait for the other guys to get here. Matt is
yeah.
here, Cass is here.
Yeah, maybe that's when we come in, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so Adam, so you are basically you're a little lost, not because you don't know the school very well, just because you've not figured out this is the exact science lab you need to be in. And actually, the first person you managed to get hold of is Principal Collins.
Okay.
And he quite happily takes you down to the science lab and just gives you one of those kind of comforting, like, head teacher smiles when they really want to be nice. And they're just like,
when we walk in, like I'm talking to him just like normal, like I'd be talking to anybody. And I think we walk, when we both come in, I'm in the middle of, like, I'm finishing a story, and I'm like, and then Scully, even though she saw the aliens, she doesn't believe Mulder, and Mulder's like, there's aliens, and she's like, I don't believe you. And she's always like that. It's getting kind of repetitive. You'd think this far in that they would have done something different, and everybody's like trying to figure out whether they're in love and stuff. And I think that's super boring. Do you know they're going to make a movie? It's supposed to come out next year. I'm probably going to go see it.
That sounds great, Matthew.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
No problem. And he just leaves very casually.
Yeah. And I come in, and Matthew's like, he's little, like he's like a little dude. He still has not had his growth spurt. It doesn't help that he's wearing like a hand-me-down, like giant hoodie. It's like a bright blue hoodie with "Rave to the Grave" on the front, like embroidered on it. Big plastic orange, like safety chain, like necklace, enormous pants. And so I just kind of disappear in it. And he's got a shaved head and little, like, round sunglasses that are like, one of them is red, one lens is red and one is blue, and he's not really looking through them. They're just kind of like sitting on the end of his nose. And he like comes in and looks around, and I think I see that Paul and Jess are here, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I kind of look at Stacy, but then if Stacy looks at me, I look away. I'm just like, don't look at me. And I
sort of wave, because I probably would do, because I'm just going because it's Matthew. I'm like, and he's like, looks like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and I just get like, you're not my friend. And I go over to Paul and Jess, and I'm like, hey, cool robot. What happened to it?
I don't know. The school just got him for us.
And I'm like, when you answer, Jess, I like roll my eyes at Paul, and I'm like, she doesn't know anything about anything, especially like, and I'm like, Paul, what happened to the robot?
Yeah, I mean, it's broken.
Oh my God, do you remember when we had to cut open those frogs in biology class? I thought I was gonna Ralph. It was the worst. At least robots don't have guts. They don't have guts, right?
It should be less messy. I
okay
think. I don't know.
Yeah, and I just kind of like look at it and look at the two of you like, cool, all right. Paul's gonna do all the work. It's a robot thing. He knows what's
I like to think at that moment you're pulling a little bit on where the spine and the kind of the pelvic part of the robot
like the foot's
is.
waggling.
Yeah, the foot's waggling, and you, because you need to pull this apart, you pulled that just a bit too hard, and then oil splats out the spine and into your face.
Oh,
that's fine. I've probably got a bit. My clothing's probably a bit greasy anyway. I've probably spent.
I'll move the blueprint away from him. Like,
oh, gnarly fluids.
I'm like, Jess, can you hold this for me?
Yeah, sure. And she like takes off her sweater so it doesn't get messy because she's very protective over all of her school branded.
I'll hold that for you. Don't you worry about it. I got this.
And then she's just like, okay, right here.
Yeah. Just make sure that doesn't touch that.
Yeah, I guess this is the point that, like, right while they're in the middle of it, that Cass kind of stumbles into the classroom.
Yeah.
Just like holding a rucksack that's still kind of half open as she's like midway searching through stuff, and is like, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to be late, but do you know what? I'll just come and help. Just like dumps her bag, which probably half spills out across the table somewhere, and starts flicking through a textbook in the hope she can find the right page before she reaches the table that everyone's out.
I like kind of unattentively kind of book in one hand flicking and then like hand on the robot just kind of pulling and like not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Oh, don't touch that. He said those weren't supposed to touch each other.
Yeah.
You're doing great, I say from like about maybe 5 meters away.
There is a sudden gasp from everyone as there is just that flick and the nod. The head just tilts a little bit, like turns. Not full 90 degrees, but a good few degrees just on the table as those two connectors just fire off.
Oh god.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They said this was broken, right? Like it's not gonna.
Yeah.
Paul, it's not gonna come up and.
I mean, I probably don't even notice. I'm literally probably just like kind of face down in it like that with just kind of like reaching out, passing bits out. So
just as you look, there is a very faint green glow to the eyes.
Paul?
And I look at you, Jess, and I'm like, I don't know. I think it's probably wait, no, I recognize this. This is one of those horrible mind control robots. Destroy all humans. And I start like making like robot gestures, like to try to like chop you. I'm like, I can't control myself.
Stop. Come on, please.
Cool.
Sit down.
And we are going. Oh, go on.
Yeah, no. I was just gonna say, like, I have a meet this weekend. Like, don't beat me up, Matthew.
And we are going to make one of those 90s jump cuts that slams to Hemingway Park in North Boulder City. So this is after the kind of science project bit. We've moved on a little bit later in the day. Why don't you guys tell me, because we build the scenes together, why you guys are at Hemingway Park? We've got a basketball court up kind of towards the road, and then if you're kind of looking from that, the grassland is very neat, very well kept for Nevada, and it kind of slopes down a little bit while you can see, and it's about the size of a football field, and then on the kind of left-hand side, where the grass literally stops, then rock begins, and then there's kind of a cliff. It goes up a little bit, and then there are some power lines that go kind of across northwards from kind of where we are in the town.
I mean,
so we're all here, or
all of you are here, yeah. So why don't you tell me why you guys maybe have decided Hemingway Park is a thing, or maybe Jess is here for some kind of practice, or maybe you guys just want to actually, you know what, let's hang out.
So I think for Jess, it was like she already had her practice today before we did our little experiment stuff. And I don't know who it was, but maybe someone was like, hey, we're going to go hang out at this park after. And she was just like, yeah, I could do that.
I feel like a lot of the time when you're this age, you just end up doing stuff because you just don't want to not do the thing. Like everybody's doing it, and nobody actually wants to be there or like decided. We all just kind of were like, cool, let's go somewhere and do something, because it's not time to be done with the day yet.
Well, and like it's not dark yet, so my dad won't yell at me.
I was also thinking maybe there's actually an ice cream parlor somewhere near here. So we were it's like a hangout where people go and there's something to buy. So
right, it's like it's across the street from a Dairy Queen.
There we go. That thing. Dairy Queen. There we go.
Cool. So with Dairy Queens in hand, strolling across.
Oh, I can't have dairy. It's my diet.
Weak.
What would you have?
Oh, I don't have anything.
Water.
Probably water.
Neither do I, because Cass can't really afford it.
So I have a bottled water that I got, and I'm just like staring longingly at whoever's got the tallest ice cream cone.
I definitely made sure I got the tallest ice cream cone because I insist on getting the tallest ice cream cone. And I have the biggest thing I can just to show off. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to go to my hips, but I'll just work it out tomorrow. It's fine.
And I feel like a lot of the time as teens, you know, maybe there's a few people here in the park. There's certainly like a frantic basketball game going on. So you guys, you try and find a quiet corner, but then just kind of end up strolling up the side of this rocky bank and actually kind of just off the beaten track of the park. As you head up towards a couple of the power lines, you suddenly come across a dead body.
Wait, like a human one?
A human dead body. This guy is about your age, is wearing a kind of green, like Parker jacket, has been, what you immediately just kind of figure out has been like laid to rest here. This isn't just like, it's not like Stormtrooper kind of gone over. He's like, someone's like placed him here.
Right. So it's not like just laying sprawled on the ground. He's arranged.
There are some really colourful feathers and beads and some kind of religious-looking tokens and stuff strewn about on his body, and there is also on his closed eyelids a couple of blue eyes have been painted on somehow in like a kind of oil or kind of weird kind of finger paint. And then you recognize him. This is Mark Griffin, and he goes to your school.
Oh no.
I will do the universal scream when I find the body and see it's Mark. Like,
I'm standing behind Jess now.
We should.
Oh my god.
Okay. No. This is.
Someone call an ambulance.
No, I'll go.
I'll go. That's gonna work. He's dead. he's definitely dead.
He's definitely obvious.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, and once everybody has agreed that he's dead, then I stop being scared of him, and I'm like, oh, I never seen a dead body before. Gross.
Sure.
Does anyone have a phone? I'll run.
We all look at Stacy because it's 1997. Does anybody have a phone?
I'm like, I left mine at home.
No, I'll go. I'm gonna run back to the Dairy Queen and I'll call the police. And you guys just stay together, right? I'll be right back. And she just like bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I want to go over and like just like not touch him, but like peer over and like make sure it's not like a weird, like he's not breathing or.
I 100% poke him with a stick.
Okay.
I probably hand you the stick. I'm like,
yeah.
And
So I go over with Cass and I'm like,
okay, if you don't
gross.
As you poke him with the stick, I'm probably like, Matthew, don't do that.
Rude. It looks like my grandma. The dead one, not the alive one. My alive grandma doesn't look like.
Dead.
He's definitely dead. His skin has really paled off, and is even starting to actually, when it stretches away from the bones and actually start to shrink up. He's definitely been here for a little while.
He's gonna look so grody in a couple of days.
Yeah, his.
I'll take my jacket off and just put it over his head.
So when you do that, when you take your jacket off, I'm like, whoa, wait, there's evidence or whatever, right? You're not supposed to, and I'm like still holding the stick I poked him with. You're not supposed to touch it. And I like put the stick behind my back.
But my eyes go from my jacket to your stick to the dead body.
I was just making sure he was dead. We can't tamper with it. And plus also, like, look, what he's... And I turned to Cass. I'm like, do you think that they painted that stuff on him after he died? Or was he just like all dressed up? And like, can we tell? Like, does he have like wounds or does he just look like he just died?
Adam Koebel, make me the first roll of the game.
I would love to.
Okay, this is going to be an investigate roll.
Okay. I'm actually okay at that.
So you only need 1 success, 1 6.
Boom.
There we are.
I'm very
right?
good at role-playing games.
Cool. Okay. You have a little look around his jacket, first of all, and what is pretty evident quite quickly is there is a scorch mark, an invisible patch of singed skin on his side, kind of inside where his arm's been put down, on the left-hand side.
And I pointed out with the stick, and I'm like, it seems to me pretty clear that he was blasted by a laser or something. Look, right there, you can see the wounds, and there's what do they there's a forensics word for this, and I'm like trying to channel my like inner unsolved mysteries, like
yes,
I fully like, and then they put him over here, and you can tell because he's lying down like he's in bed, and he didn't fall on his face. So I think
I feel like every time you say something, you're poking with the stick.
yes, definitely. I'm using the stick as like a gesturing tool, but also jabbing him.
Me a little bit. I'm like,
Cass wants to see if, like, in his pockets, like from the outside, you can see like the bulge of a cigarette packet, because she's like well aware that she might have sold him some stuff that looked like cigarettes at one point.
There is absolutely a bulge in his right-hand coat pocket.
I kind of want to like go round and just like probably take the stick off of Matthew and just like I'm going to borrow this and just coax it open a bit and just see if I can poke out whatever that is.
Okay, you do so, and inside is a scientific calculator.
It's not the box of cigarettes that
It's
I
not
last sold
the box
him.
of Funky Backy. No.
Yeah.
I look at Paul to get Paul's reaction so that I know how to react. Like if Paul is just like, oh, it's a calculator, then I won't say anything. But if Paul's like, ooh, that's a fancy calculator, then I will also be like, oh, this is obviously a fancy calculator. So Paul, how do you react?
is my calculator sense tingling? Is this an interesting bit of tech, or is this just like Texas Instruments 101?
Hey, don't talk shit about tech. You could play all kinds of dumb games on those.
That's true.
And I guess graph things, but
oh my god!
Oh my god, a TI-84.
I've been busy.
yeah.
They came to Primal Force and kidnapped Dr. Destiny.
Ooh.
Never been violent before. Didn't see the shaman. Got to be the totem clan. Should I go to the Seven Dry Falls? No, we'll follow. Scared. They saw the camera flash, dropped it, hiding, blurry vision. Feel sick. Saw the thing from my dreams. They are close now. Got to be quiet. If you find this, you have to. Oh, you didn't finish it.
Yeah. So are you reading it out loud, like from the? And I'm like, you have to what? What do we have to do?
Well, you can hear it's me going boop, 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 trying to scroll down, but there's nothing to scroll.
I'm actually probably just gonna be in tears just in the corner because I knew Mark and from when I was a kid, so I'm a little bit emotionally taken up. So I'm just gonna be in tears in the corner.
Just feel free to let me know when I come back with the adults.
Yeah,
I'm gonna light up a cigarette.
Yeah, you run back. Is there anything you want to do before the cops show up?
You guys didn't. They said not to mess with it.
It has been thoroughly messed with. It's too late.
Come on.
We found this creepy note.
Yeah.
What?
Or like most of a creepy note, and of course, it left off the most important part.
Sam, can I? Obviously, this is what we found in his pocket. Is there any? Because I know him as a photographer. Is there any like camera equipment around, or?
There isn't. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, put it back, right? We don't want to get in trouble. What if like he was? I mean, he was probably like. What if they thought we did? You should put it back.
Yeah, so I probably like realized what I've got now. I'm like, so I'll just try and like back into the jacket.
Cool.
Can I grab it quickly before he does that? Just take a look at it.
Yeah, Steve.
I probably don't let you. I'm like, why? Why would you want it?
What's Seven Dry Falls?
Huh?
What's Seven Dry Falls? You said Seven Dry Falls.
So Seven Dry Falls is a local area you guys will be aware of. It's north of the city. If you guys can see the handouts folder, there's a Boulder City map in there as well.
Hell yeah, I can.
Yeah.
And you can.
I mean, like, it's
that.
just a place. I mean, I don't.
It's right near the main reactor.
Oh, that's convenient.
Seems like a really cool place to go. It's near something called Echo Gate, and it's like right next to the main reactor. I'm sure it'll be safe and fun to go there.
So, all of that area now is marshland since the Hoover Dam bust, and it's been flooded for quite a time.
Ooh.
So, I mean, a kid died. We shouldn't mess with his stuff, right? Like,
Mess with his stuff. Did you,
Yeah,
did you hear what Paul just said? No, you
This
weren't
is
here.
weird.
Read it. Paul, show her.
I've already put it back, but I summarize. I'm like
Yeah.
running and
Listen. And I'm like, I get. Yeah, you see, yeah. So you say that, and I'm like, well, we can't. I mean, we can't just leave it, because the cops are gonna come and they're gonna take the body away, and then we're never gonna hear anything about it again, and it's gonna be all like that guy on the TV said about MK Ultra and the NFA and stuff. They're gonna just come and disappear him. He's gonna go to Area 51, and then. Whatever
it's
the
not
bad
been-
stuff is still
okay,
gonna
but
be
like, isn't messing with a crime scene like illegal? I can't have that on my record.
And it's at this point you begin to hear sirens
it's too
faintly
late,
in the
Jess.
distance.
oh,
Can I see if there's like anything else kind of like on his jacket or person, like not rifling through, but that kind of stands out, like a weird bulge in a pocket or like a bit of paper that's fallen out?
No, I mean this is it. You found this like scientific calculator is here.
I mean,
And there's a scorch mark on his side.
Did you say that it said he dropped his camera?
No, there's no camera here.
no.
No, but on the thing, it said that he dropped his camera. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
it said
we
that
can help, and then they won't be as mad that we messed with it.
You hear two car doors slam
I saw the camera.
from behind you, and there is a black sedan parked up just outside the park. And there are two proper G-men, black suits, like proper Men in Black guys, black suits, black sunglasses, and they are walking at a pace towards your group.
So I turned to everybody
I
and
put
I'm
my
like,
cigarette out.
yeah, I'm like, let me handle this. I know how to talk to the police.
No, Matthew,
Chip.
no.
Just literally physically picking Matthew up and putting him on the back of my moped.
Oh, hell.
Okay, but you guys can't leave. We're like witnesses or whatever.
We didn't witness anything. We witnessed a dead guy.
It's fine. I'll stay. I'll say we found
Yeah.
the body. We didn't know what's going on. They turned up. They helped us out.
I'm just painfully aware that I don't want Matt's enthusiasm.
The thing is, I'm actually really good at like charm. I'm like, charm is my best skill.
You said that when I was gonna repair your system, and we know how that turned out.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too, like I am actually like I've talked to cops before because they show up at raves and they're like, we're breaking it up, and I'm like, oh come on, we're just like hanging out and having a good time.
Okay, whatever. Then.
Yeah, but like in my mind, you're a
Yes,
kid that
totally.
gets beat up, and
That's true. That is also
like,
true.
Being
Yeah.
incredibly good at heart, the skill, does not mean you're incredibly good at heart in actual Boulder City.
Okay, so these guys approach. The guy in front just asks you, "You step aside, please."
I step aside.
Yeah.
yeah. I called the police from the Dairy Queen down there.
So yeah, so I'm like, whoa, hold on here, Tommy Lee Jones, and like get off the
Oh
motorbike.
my god.
Oh god.
and I walk over and I was
Oh.
like, let me see your badge.
Okay. I want you to roll for me.
Uh-huh.
This isn't really charm, is it?
I mean, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm starting up a conversation.
You
But
say that,
this
and
is
it's
kind
like
of-
a cut to the four of us all just like.
Yeah.
Aw.
But it was a kind of let me see your badge. So I want a lead. Yeah. I want a lead roll from you.
Okay. All right.
This
Okay.
isn't quite.
I can make
quite
a roll.
This is
I'm
going to
okay
be.
rolling.
This is going to be 3 6s. You need 3 6s.
Well, I got one.
This is
so-
like almost
pretty
impossible.
Matthew.
not bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like he watches a lot of television.
Yeah, so I know how these sort of things go. You can't just listen. You can't just trust anybody in a black suit.
You see the guy push back his jacket, and he's got his hand on his Glock. I need you to mark off for me a condition. I reckon probably scared at this point.
Yeah, I think totally. Yeah, Matthew is not the kind of person who would respond with any other emotion. So I see the gun, and I'm like, okay, this is like a badge. Never mind. And I kind of step back.
Yeah.
We know this kid. He goes to our school.
Can you identify him for us?
He went to our school.
It's Mark Griffin.
Yeah, it's Mark Griffin. He does photography stuff.
Yeah, I helped him set up his darkroom once.
There's obviously a kind of a slightly good cop here, as opposed to the kind of standoff bad cop here. And he asks, "Do you know where Mark lives?"
No.
Would I know where he lives?
Yeah. So, Paul, you definitely know where he lives.
Oh yes, in that case, I do. Yes.
Because you did set up his darkroom.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Virginia, you know where he lives as well. Do you want to basically kind of starting to move ahead here? Do you guys basically want to let them know where he lives?
Yeah, totally.
Cooperate fully?
Yeah, I'm trying to be I will give them anything to be considered a good, helpful kid. Like, I don't want to get in any kind of trouble. And also there's a dead body right there. So yeah, and I'm afraid that my dad's going to yell at me for being out too late. So I'm just like, whatever you need.
Sure. Jess, so you are actually driven home in the back of the black sedan.
Oh, God.
A couple more start to show up, and then, the sheriff's four-wheel drive turns up, another couple of cop cars. Things are taped off and basically taken care of by the authorities.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I spent the evening telling my dad that I didn't get in trouble at all. That it wasn't my fault, and I didn't get in trouble with the cops, and I probably get grounded.
So he's like, "Oh, that's great, honey. I'm glad you did the right thing." So, how have you been feeling lately? Are you okay?
Is this that scene where they're in the living room and the front windows are open and we get the red and blue, the flashing in the inside of the house? And it's nighttime, and there's more people, kind of extras around in the background, and for some reason everything's a little wet. I can perfectly envision the scene, every '90s movie with teenagers in it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, my coach says that my time is just a little lower than it was last year, but we're gonna do extra practices and stuff.
Okay, well, keep taking your supplements, honey. Keep taking them.
Okay.
Any, Mark's death is kind of, it's affecting the whole school, I guess. Any mood swings?
No. They're having a probably something in the auditorium tomorrow, but coach said that I don't have to go, that I can use that time to practice, because I didn't really know Mark that well.
Okay, well, look, if you want to go, but practice is always important.
Yeah, I just, Dad, the new one that you had me taking in the mornings, it doesn't feel, making me a little nauseated.
Oh, okay. You see him he's obviously got something under the dining room table, and he's clearly making notes. Have you haven't had any tension or cramps in your lower back or your thighs?
Nothing more than normal from but I stretch a lot.
Good.
So
he's looking at you, but his hand is still moving under the table.
It's fine. It's not that bad. I also have been skipping breakfast, so I'll eat breakfast. And then
what have I said before?
Fine. Yeah, breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Exactly. He gets up. As he gets up, you just see him. He just slips a little bit of paper into his back jean pocket.
I'm gonna go do my homework.
Okay, honey. Okay. A couple of days later, in the school auditorium, there is basically an announcement from Principal Collins. I think he said his name was. Yeah. Basically, he describes Mark's death as an unfortunate accident. It looks like he was climbing on the electrical pylons that were nearby and got electrocuted. There will be a vigil for him after school on Friday to honor his memory. His aunt, so his family, are asking that the funeral is just close family. I'm sorry to say, but we will have a chance to honor Mark's memory. And in lieu of flowers, they just ask that, everyone kind of takes a picture they like this week. And he wraps up and then introduces a policeman describing safety around electricity pylons.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean over to Paul and be like, yeah, I bet you painted that weird stuff on himself before he fell off the pylon and then arranged his own corpse on the ground. I believe any of that.
Later.
Just like it's probably scared just lying about it.
Later. But yes.
We can skip ahead a little bit as the guy wraps up his speech. The police officer leaves, and you guys have got a chance now to just kind of meet, talk about the situation, whatever you feel.
So I'm gonna go try and find Paul against my better judgment. And I'm like,
I mean, I think it's reasonable. It's reasonable for us just to like all be somewhere after that meeting.
Because we all saw this thing. Yeah.
You guys exchange looks once everyone's leaving the auditorium.
Yeah.
Science project.
Yeah. We should work on a science project. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Totally.
So
science project.
We meet up in the lab.
Yeah.
So we get there. I'm like, I think we all heard what just happened, and
yeah,
it'd be a good idea.
Bullshit.
Candlelight vigil. What did he try? Didn't bring Princess Di back to life. It's not gonna work for him. Thoughts and prayers for everybody. Something bad happened, and
Matthew.
then not gonna stop happening. They're just gonna stop. I told you they were just gonna stop looking into it.
Matthew. First up, don't take Lily Di's name in vain. She's a lovely woman. Never again. Do not. Lord of
I think what Stacy's trying to say, Matthew, is that whatever they want to do, they're going to do, and there's nothing we can really do about it anyway. So,
well, yes, as exactly what I'm trying to say, and as such, we should follow the lead. We should take a moment to enjoy the photography of the area that we're in, starting with places that perhaps may rhyme with buy more boss, or
what?
Or people called Strand. Did you say Strand?
What?
Seven Dry Falls.
Whatever it's called.
No, you guys, we're not going to look into this.
No, we're not looking into it. We're just going to take pictures. We're just going there to take a photographic picture to commemorate the death of my childhood friend, Mark.
I'm just saying that he had a problem taking pictures, so maybe we shouldn't be taking pictures. But I'm all up for having a look.
Maybe he. I don't. So I'm like I'm not in the photography club. I don't know how any of that stuff works. But I'm maybe he has some photos that he didn't develop. Maybe there'll be clues. I don't really want to go. I don't really want to go to Seven Dry Falls because. That maybe that's where bad things are, but maybe Mark has some photos he didn't finish developing or something in the darkroom we could look at, and then that'll let us know what.
Paul, you helped him fix up the darkroom, right? Do you know where it is?
I mean, so when the subject comes up, you see Paul gets a little bit nervous and he'd say, I sort of I helped him a little bit. Yeah, I got him some stuff he needed, but it's not the photography club. It's his own one at his house. He just needed some stuff, some bits and bobs. And
Well, we should go. Let's just go to his house.
No, the cops are already gonna do that. They're gonna.
Yeah, but we can tell his mom that we're putting together a scrapbook about how much we liked him, and then we need to look at his stuff. Forget some of his photographs to put in the.
Where was this dark room? Was it like in the garage, or like in his room, or?
As far as I remember, it was in the basement.
Well, let's go.
Sorry, no. It was on his. It was on his second floor, next to his bedroom.
And you can see how I get the two mixed up. But
let's go. Let's do it. Let's go to his house. I haven't seen his parents in 6 years.
Good, you can distract them while we look for clues.
Either one of his parents.
I will keep a lookout for cops then, because I don't think his mom will want to see me.
Mr. and Mrs. Griffin, duh. Obviously.
So, Paul, you will, and Cass, you will know that neither parents are on the scene, and his Aunt Erin is the one who takes care of him. There you go. Who brought him up.
Trick question. Yeah.
Auntie A, hey.
No, I really think that this is a bad idea.
Okay, Jess, listen. Jess, I think that we respect your opinion, and we fully embrace it. But what's more important, you making track and field, or someone who is a close friend of ours having no justice in this world?
I look at Stacy like that's the dumbest question you could have asked her.
Has Cass ever had a run-in with his aunt while dropping stuff off for him?
You have one time, and weirdly enough, she wasn't too worried about it.
Sure.
Yeah, cool. What's up, my kid's drug dedealing friend? Come on in. Got drugs for old Auntie Erin in there.
Wait till we get there, man.
I'll say to Jess. Look, I think it's not the greatest idea, but I really, really want to know what's going on, and I know you don't want to, but I'll maybe give you a lift to all your track and field if you need it for the next month or two or something. Maybe
we can't do this without you, Jess.
Please.
I mean, I can, but I prefer not to.
Okay. All right. He was a friend.
I mean, if he was murdered, which is what it kind of looks like that might have been, we don't want that happening to one of us.
Do you think that plus hid that from his aunt too?
And plus, Jess, if you don't come and we get there and the whatever it is, the totem clan is just waiting for us with their laser rifles, then I need somebody to protect me. So I'm going. And if you don't go, and I get murdered by lasers,
Matthew,
then you're gonna have to live with
it. By lasers. We've been through this.
No, I'll go.
Well, that's what you think. So
at the very least, his aunt should know that he didn't fall off a power line.
Yeah, that he was shot with a laser.
I mean, I guess me and Paul can show you. We can head off that way. We know where he lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
As you approach the house, it's an isolated 2-story brick house, surrounded by a thick kind of ring of trees, basically evergreens that surround the grounds. It's not a large grounds, but it's enough to have a nice garden. And I guess it's kind of heading into late afternoon, evening after school, and even through the trees, you can hear, oh, snap, something went wrong displaying this page.
Oh no.
My Roll20 went under.
No.
Oh God.
No.
Hang in there.
It's fine, we're loading again. There we go. Hey. And I can't remember the name of that band. You can hear the sounds of the Grateful Dead.
Gross old person music.
Gross old person hippie music.
Yeah, ew.
A kind of psychedelic rock through an open window.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I mean,
Barf.
if his aunt was like cool with me last time, I guess I could go and knock on the door.
Cool.
We'll all go. Let's go together.
Okay.
I mean, we're all here, but like, you can only crowd so many kids on a porch.
I mean, it's
You
like
guys,
Halloween.
you guys crowd the porch, and
Yeah.
Castle knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and you wait politely and patiently, and there is no response.
I'm gonna hammer on the door a bit louder.
Okay. You can definitely hear someone moving inside.
Do I know his aunt's name? What was her name?
Erin.
Auntie A.
Erin.
Erin. Erin.
I'm just gonna call out like Miss Erin, and like thud on the door again, and hope that she can kind of hear us calling from the open window.
Okay.
We should.
She opens the door, and you see a woman, fairly short. She has waist-length red hair that is pinned up on her head with some wooden paintbrushes. She wears colourful tie-dye clothing that she's clearly made herself. She has a friendly face, but with crooked teeth and tears slowly falling over her cheeks. She asks, "What is it?"
We just wanted to come by and say how sorry we were about Matthew.
It's not Matthew. It's
Matthew.
that's not
Oh,
him.
God.
I'm sorry about
Mark.
Matthew.
Mark.
That's
Mark.
cool.
We're
That's
also
cool.
sorry.
Fine.
Mark.
Yeah, we're also sorry about me.
Okay.
The school's doing a vigil, and they said because we knew him that we should come and get some of his pictures to put up.
You knew him? Or were you friends of his?
I only really knew his work.
I
I mean, I've been around a couple of times to like hang out, and
Oh yeah. And she points at you, but she's not saying a name, but it's kind of, you can see it's on the tip of her tongue.
That kid.
Yeah.
You're that one.
Do you want to come in?
that would be nice. Thank you.
And she lets you inside. Inside is a mess. Musical instruments dot the corners of the hallway, and then further into the living room that you can see inside. There are signed rock posters on the walls. Matthew, you take a quick look. This is Sharpie. This isn't some kind of print or anything like that. Like she's got a few proper signed posters. But the thing that like overwhelms everyone is this pungent smell of a couple days old gone off food. Mixed with mold and that kind of stuffy incense smell.
Right.
As you go in further into the hallway straight ahead, there are stairs just up to your left, but you go further into what is basically a kind of open space, living and dining, and then you imagine the kitchen would be round the corner. This is where the music is coming from, the kind of psychedelic rock from a stereo just on the counter. There are framed pictures as well. Clearly some family portraits of Mark's mum. There is a male figure with him when they're in the little family portraits. His face has been scratched out. And there are stacks of books everywhere. Glancing around, there is definitely a common theme, and that is meditation, inner peace, and all those kind of cool hippie vibes that you might expect.
Do these scratches, like where Mark's been scratched out, do they look recent or do they look quite old?
It's hard to tell, but they don't look. The photos haven't been taken out of the frame or anything. They are.
It wasn't Mark. It was like his dad
pictures.
or whatever that had been scratched out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I misunderstood that bit.
No, sorry. So Mark is in the photos when they are a family portrait, but yeah, there is a scratched out adult male figure when he's depicted, when Mark's depicted in the photos.
You've got a lot of posters.
She lights a rolled cigarette.
I look at Paul like behind, so she can't see me. We're like standing in the living room. I look at Paul behind her back, and I'm like,
I
Are
probably do actually giggle when I shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm like,
I like your music. It's really cool. Is it like George Michael or something?
Oh, you kids don't want to listen to this. And she turns it right down. She doesn't turn it off, but she can just about hear it. But she still looks defeated, and she's just kind of smoking. She's not really paying you much attention.
okay, cool. We're just gonna go upstairs and look around for stuff. Thanks.
Is that where
You don't mind if we take some of his photos from the dark room, right?
What? Why?
for the vigil?
For the vigil and the
For the
school
vigil.
and
Okay.
Mark was a very important person to us. The photography work he did really helped bring the school's name onto the map. Like, I traveled the world. I took some of his photos with me. I went to Paris. It went to Spain. Went to China. Went everywhere else. I've always wished for it to come back to finding Mark again. I don't think you remember me. I used to be his childhood friend about maybe 7 years ago, and I
Says right here on my character sheet.
Okay, so
Look, honey, we were friends, right?
loved him, please.
Yeah,
Put it
character
down.
creation. It's right there.
And we want to be able to take something from him to make it good. And we know all of his good stuff he kept in his dark room. Do you mind if just maybe we could take a little bit, just so the school can see just how great Mark was, just the way we do?
I mean, we can bring it back afterwards.
Okay. I want Stacy to roll me a charm.
Oh yeah.
I want Cass is going to give you an extra die, so you're rolling one more d6 than you normally would. I don't know if the character sheets can do that easily. If not, we'll just roll a d6. We'll find out.
Want me to find out? Charm.
Yeah, I don't think it asks for. Yeah, it just rolls.
It just rolls, and I'll roll an extra d6 in case I get that extra six, because that's how we roll. Nope.
That's a 3, so no. All right, so 2 successes. That is good. You've passed. You also get an effect. Is there an effect you want to have with kind of Aunt Erin?
I'd actually like to get her on our side to tell us more about Mark. Because maybe he knows things about that Mark did.
You want some more info about Mark? Okay.
Some more info about Mark.
Give me some questions. What do you want to know?
And I'll sit down and be like, how has Mark been in the last few weeks? Has it been okay? Is he all right? Has he been going somewhere? Who's been hanging out with?
I mean, he didn't have many people round. He was out quite a bit with his camera. He started going out kind of later and later, and then obviously, and then she doesn't finish that because she's clearly meaning that she's going to, the point where he disappeared.
Yeah. So was anywhere particular he used to say he was going, or someone he said he was seeing? The more friends we know of Mark, the bigger we can make this Virgil. We want to know who to invite.
I saw some photos of robots, I think.
Oh yeah, we're doing a project, so maybe he was also doing that project.
And obviously we were keeping up with our visits to Primal Force.
Primal
what? That I'm, and I don't say anything, but I like probably nudge Jess and be like, ask about that thing. It's the thing.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm mostly just track. What's Primal Force?
Well, it's the therapy center. It's the
I fucking knew it. Weird hippie cult.
Matthew.
Sorry.
Oh, so he was going to therapy. That's great.
Well, I think it's good for the soul,
Yeah. Yeah, actually, my dad was just saying that with all the pressure from colleges and stuff, that maybe I should consider. Do you know where this place was? Recommend it, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. She goes and she writes down the address on a napkin for you, and she brings it to you.
Thanks. That's really great. Did he have a specific therapist there?
Oh, we always saw Dr. Destiny Sky.
Right.
I'm trying so hard not to just say every thought that I have every time she says anything. I'm just like,
I'll ask for him then. Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, her.
Her. Sorry. I'm sorry. Of course. Ladies can be doctors too.
Really?
Yeah,
Stacey suddenly like piques interest.
Yeah, 1987. Sexism is dead.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna go up and do you have any personal favorites that you know that Mark really liked that we should bring to the?
I'm sure we can figure out what the good stuff is. Let's leave this poor lady alone with her terrible music. Come on, let's go. And I'm like pulling you upstairs.
I'm so sorry about him. He's a little younger than the rest of us.
That's cool. I guess like you all rush upstairs and she's like at the bottom of it, just being like, okay.
Cool. Thank you. We'll let you know if we need anything. Thanks. And I close the door.
Yeah. You go onto a landing, and to the left, there are two doors just next to each other. The first one is still slightly ajar, and you can see inside what looks like a bedroom, and on the right-hand side, it's closed.
You guys want to check out the dark room? Because I might have a look through his room and see if there's anything around in there.
I don't know anything about photos.
I mean,
you said you set it up, Paul?
Sort of. You know, he gets a little bit.
Well, come on, like you would know where he'd, and like I go to open the door to the room.
I know the room, but and I'll just be like, look, I just got him the stuff. I didn't set it up. He knew what he was doing.
It's just pictures. They're on pieces of paper. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, but just like the movies, you put it in the water and then it's red everywhere, and then you hang it up and then bam, pictures. It's easy. Come on, Paul, you can do this.
Yeah,
I don't do paper. I just do pistons and things.
Yeah, Jess, you go to open the door. I think it was you, wasn't it? Yeah, and it's not locked, but it is dark inside.
You're not supposed to let a lot of light in, right?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to keep it darker.
Duh, it's a dark room.
All right, well, let's like go in and then shut the door.
Okay, we'll tell you what, Paul. Why don't you come with us? We'll figure it out. You two, you keep Matthew busy or something. I don't know. We'll be back.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bedroom first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna like gently push the door open and see what's happening.
His bed is still a bit of a mess, just how you might expect someone if they just left it and gone to school or something. There are quite a few books here as well, and again the theme stays. It's all kind of self-help or inner peace, that kind of thing. And there is one key book on the side next to his bed. And that is called something. I'm sure. It's called Your Inner Primal Force by Dr. Destiny Sky.
Can I pick it up and have a flick through it and see?
Yeah.
Like the kind of idea.
So as you open it up, you see there is an inscription inside. You see my apprentice shooting for the stars, Destiny Sky.
And I'm looking at it, and I look at Cass, and we're both like looking at this thing, and I'm like, this is creepy.
This is a little creepy, yeah.
Join me, and we can rule the galaxy together.
Okay. I don't know if we're supposed to be in here, so we should probably keep it down a little. What else is in the room?
So just a second on the book. It's fairly dog-eared, so he's obviously been flicking through it and reading it quite extensively. It basically, as you kind of just flick through, it kind of basically describes what a person should do to rid themselves of what is termed a conformity virus, and to become whole. And a lot of it is about ending suffering, particularly violence, wars, that kind of thing.
So when Cass is reading it, I kind of gloss over it and roll my eyes. I'm like, ugh, what is this? Some kind of Dungeons and Dragons shit?
The accompanying picture on the back of the author shows a very serious woman with hard eyes.
Is there anything in there that like reminds me of how we saw like Matthew's body? not Matthew, sorry, Mark's body being left. I'm sorry, I'm not
still alive.
that describes like how Mark's body was left. Anything about like weird painted eyes or feathers and
Nothing like that here, but go and roll investigation for me anyway.
Sure.
Investigate. Just difficulty 1. So.
Cool, blowing it out of the water.
What was that?
Woo!
I'm not looking.
That's 3 successes.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. I scrolled down. That was good. Awesome. Yeah. So 3 successes. Jeez. Okay. Let's actually play the game as intended. Let's have a look at this. So you guys should have a skills and effects thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get more successes than you need, you could basically get some effects after that. So the bonus effects, you can get 1 additional question and get 1 +1 bonus on 1 roll when you use the information later.
Oh.
You've got 3 of these, so you can ask me 3 questions, you can give yourself 3 bonuses, or a mix of the 2.
Right, I will do that.
Which one is that?
I will ask you some questions then.
Okay, cool. First of all, let me tell you what you found.
Yeah.
Or let me show you what you found.
Ooh.
Handout.
In his camera bag, down by the side of his bed, camera bag is empty apart from a key. And that key has a little tag on it, and written in red biro is 336699.
Okay.
Does it look like a locker key or anything like that? Like, does it?
Looks like a door key.
Okay.
The kind of size, and it looks like a kind of Yale lock door key.
69.
Yeah, so that was found inside an envelope inside one of his camera bags. Now you can ask me questions, because that's what you find.
The envelope itself, did it have any handwriting on it, or was it sealed?
It wasn't sealed. It was one of those little brown envelopes you sometimes get paychecks in. So one of those small ones. But it wasn't sealed, and it doesn't have any writing on the outside. Or the inside, before you start asking.
Oh gosh, I don't know what else to ask.
Let's see. What are your questions?
Is there anything else in the camera bag or like around it that looks really odd? Like he's obviously put this in here. So is there anything else that looks like really out of place in this area?
You do find some beads in kind of discarded. Like you might find it like the bottom of your handbag or something. Like a little dusty, and you pull them up. They smell a little swampy, and the beads themselves are just kind of like little colourful, like ornate little beads, but they're cheap.
And do these look like the beads that like he had on him when we found him?
Yeah, you might quite easily link them as well. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pocket those.
Cool.
Yeah. So there's this key, Matthew. Maybe is it like it's like a door key. It's not going to be something to like a little lockbox or anything like that. It is going to be.
It's definitely a door key, yeah.
I mean, Paul knew him better than me, so maybe Paul knows what this opens.
Cool. Let's swing back to the dark room. When you turn the light on, there is an obvious red illuminescence from one bulb in the top of the ceiling, in the center. Strewn along, hung up along the wall, are various photos that have been taken. They are all universally photos of robots taken in a kind of swampy outlook. One particular photo draws your attention, though, and that is of this Polaroid.
Oh
Oh, handouts, yes.
Shit.
my god, is he wearing a Jurassic Park poster as a cloak?
Yes. Yeah.
What the hell? That's so fucking cool. Get out of here, robot. Oh, that's great.
Hey, it looks like it's on. Was Mark messing with like actual working robots? That's dangerous, isn't that? Like, don't they say that they have like a disease?
Yeah, but this one's called the Shaman.
He talked about that in his.
He did. You're right. You said something like that in it. No, Paul, next time let me read the thing, okay?
It's fine.
Do you remember what he said about him?
He said that he didn't see the shaman when whoever it was came to Primal Force and kidnapped Dr. Destiny.
Well, I mean,
So
like,
it wasn't there. But
if an actual doctor was kidnapped, they would have like said something, right?
Would they? Maybe Matthew's right. Maybe this is all a secret cover-up.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Dr. Destiny's name is based because it sounds cool, not because she's an actual doctor. But I could be wrong.
You can't call yourself a doctor if you're not a doctor.
Why not?
Because there's like rules.
It just sounds too cool a name otherwise.
True.
It's like being called Pete the Plumber.
Without actually being a plumber. Yeah, okay, fine. I see what you mean.
Okay, well, we should take this.
Yeah.
Is there we should grab a couple that are just like, I don't know, landscapes or something, so that she doesn't think we're lying.
Does he have any pictures of me? Is there anything?
No, there are no pictures of you here, Stacey.
Can I make a investigate roll like around here, see what's what?
Around here it's pretty obvious. You find a couple of kind of landscapes. What I would like you to do though is roll comprehend for me.
Okay, sure.
Just one.
Can I assist?
Yeah, sure. As you kind of pick out a couple of photos. We get one.
What's it?
No successes.
What's like, I'll roll
roll an extra d6 for me.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck this kid's about. All right.
You pick a couple of nice landscapes, and you've got the picture of the shaman that you pocket as well. That's all you get so far. You hear Aunt Erin call down from downstairs. Are you guys about done?
Yeah, we'll be right down.
Yeah, we should go.
This shaman character, I mean, he's
We can talk about this later, Paul.
Sorry,
okay. Aunt Erin is actually upstairs now, and she's got a sterner look on than she had earlier. And she's like,
I've got like some pictures like under my arm,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like, we got some for school. So we'll bring them back after the vigils on Friday.
Okay, sure. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. You guys need to leave now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll go.
Sorry, ma'am. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, and you leave the property.
Wait, before we go, like I'm like standing in the hallway with this like angry, well, not angry, but like sad older woman, and like I like scratch the back of my head, and I'm like, I don't know if this will help or anything, but like we were the ones that found Mark, and it wasn't his fault. He didn't. It's not like they said it was.
What are you saying?
At school they said that he fell, and I just didn't want you to think that he was like just a klutz or whatever. It was like, I don't know. I didn't want you to think that about him.
I think we should go.
Thank you, I guess. I hope the vigil goes well. And she's like pretty much pushing you out of the front door now.
Yeah.
That was really sweet, Jess.
What did you guys find? Anything?
Mostly this, and I showed him a picture of the shaman.
Well, that's creepy.
I look at him like, that's not how you spell that.
Maybe he spells it like they do in England, with an E instead of an A.
I don't think that's how English works.
Have you been to England? I have. I should know.
Whatever. Maybe he just misspelled it. But like Paul said something about a shaman when he said about the calculator note or whatever.
Yeah,
well, it looks like.
There you go.
Sorry, it looked like that Paul wasn't just like going to therapy. I'm going to pull out the book. Mark. I can't do names.
I mean, all these white boys.
It looks like Mark wasn't just going to therapy. This book here is signed by that doctor lady, as his she calls him like an apprentice.
Yeah, like she's some kind of evil wizard or something.
She's not an evil wizard. She's a therapist.
Okay, can we just take a moment to catch up, because I am so lost. So, according to Mark's notes, Dr. Dusty's been kidnapped, but it wasn't by the shaman.
Okay, well, we could just call this place the Primal Force and ask for an appointment with her, and then we'll know whether or not Mark was just writing some kind of story or whatever.
Well, sounds good to me. Let's get to a phone.
I mean, there was also a key. I'll pull the key out.
Mm-hmm.
It's got this weird tag. And Paul, do you know what this might unlock? You know him a bit better than me.
Do I have any idea? I mean,
roll comprehend for me.
Okay. Nope.
Okay. I mean, this is, as I've described before, probably like a door key.
Okay.
It's robust enough, and it's kind of big enough for one of those Yale locks, rather than like a smaller safe or a little lockbox or anything like that.
What's a Yale lock?
Oh God. Okay. Like it's like a latch rather than a deadbolt.
Okay.
Does that translate?
Like a house key.
Yeah.
I think.
Lessons in
It's not a locker or whatever.
It's not a locker or a little lockbox or anything. It's for a door.
Got it.
I have no idea that wouldn't translate.
No, I have no idea.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
The weirdest thing.
Didn't make it over here.
Yale is like
the fourth one before you were like, no, I'm gonna call
weird English thing, guys. Don't worry about it.
No, it's like Hoover and vacuum cleaner over here. It's like Hoover is the brand.
Got it. Yeah, because Yale's the company.
Yale's the brand. Yeah.
Got it.
But it's a latch lock. So instead of having a handle on your front door and you would walk in by using it, you would only have a little key thing that you would turn, and that would open your door like a handle.
Okay.
Badly translated things.
So maybe he had another dark room somewhere.
Yeah.
But I like your idea.
Or maybe this is a key to Dr. Destiny's.
Oh, that might be the
Force area or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if he was an apprentice, maybe he had a key to get in. I'm assuming they have like a building or something.
Well, first we should call and see if we can like talk to her.
Yellow Pages. Let's open it up.
Okay. You need to get to a phone book. Where are you going to find the phone book?
It's got to be one in town.
I mean,
Phone?
the Dairy
Payphone.
Queen has a phone.
Payphone, yeah.
Yeah, we could go and hassle the people at Dairy Queen, but that's far away. We need to not include that Dairy Queen again. They know.
So, like, we're in the neighborhood. Is there like a bus stop nearby that has a payphone with the dangly like yellow pages on it?
Oh, I forgot about the dangly yellow pages.
They would like be strapped on in like a book.
Yeah.
Had like a hard cover so that it wouldn't get rained on.
Yeah.
So and they would have a ton of pages ripped out of it.
Yeah, so many.
There is absolutely one of those. And as it's fairly late in the year, as the sun starts to go down, it does start to rain ever so lightly.
Oh, my hair.
Bizarrely in the Nevada desert. But
okay. What was it called? Should we look up Primal Force? Do you think that'd be in businesses?
Look it up under bullshit, because it's probably in there.
B for bullshit.
Yeah, B for bullshit, fake ass made up religions. Is Scientology a thing yet?
Give me the book. I got this.
Yes, actually it is. It's been around for years.
Very much would be.
All right.
Persian, Peru. Ooh, Peru. Oh, lovely place.
You can't call Peru.
She's got one entry in the phone book. Peru, country of.
Do you want to call
All
Peru?
right. It's right here. Can you read it to me, Stacy? I like get a quarter out of my thing.
Yeah, whatever.
What's the number?
555.
Always.
Always.
Yes.
0332.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a real number.
It's ringing.
Yeah, it rings, and it rings, and it rings.
Do they not have an answering machine?
It's coming up to kind of, well, we said it was kind of late afternoon after class.
They're probably closed.
Yeah, it's coming. It's getting to be around 6:30.
Don't they have like an answering machine or anything?
They must do, surely. I mean,
Let's just go sneak over there and look around.
Whoa.
We don't even know where it is. They don't have the address.
It's in the phone book.
Didn't you get the address from the?
Oh yeah.
The address is in the phone book.
Hang up.
Yeah, I forgot
And
how
the napkin.
phone books work.
You do have in your pocket just that napkin that.
Is it nearby?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
It is around this north part of town.
Yes.
Why don't we go have a look and we can see if the key fits anything, and if it doesn't, then we can just call back tomorrow when they're open.
Nothing is more than one scene change away, so let's
It's
go.
already getting like.
Guys, though, before we go,
Yeah.
this I've been looking at this picture of the shaman or the shaman or whichever guy is.
Right.
I'm just like, this isn't a pic. Jess is right. This isn't a picture of a broken ass robot. This is a working robot.
Yeah, its eyes are on.
This could be dangerous, and it wasn't. He said in his note, this wasn't here when whoever it was came.
Then maybe it's not dangerous if it wasn't part of it.
No, robots are
its own thing.
How do you know if a robot is a good robot or a bad robot?
Does his eyes glow blue or red?
Are the 3 laws of robotics a thing yet?
No,
I mean, how much do we know about machine cancer?
About as much as I've forgotten.
Yeah, probably not much. Right?
No, I mean, it's something that is bandied around a bit, and it's because there is obvious decay in robotics generally.
Right.
In some instances, people have seen kind of like a fungus growing out of joints and circuitry.
Okay.
And there was definitely
fungusy.
There was definitely a turn when the Hoover Dam disaster happened.
Yeah.
That's when it all kind of started.
I think we should just head over there and take a look. We won't be there long.
You know what? Let's try it. Let's just pop over and see if it's there. And if the key opens the front door, fine. If it doesn't, we go home and I get my head
all right, but like, I have to go home like right after.
Yeah, this is getting into the evening.
Paul will give you a ride home.
Okay.
Right, Paul?
Yeah, totally. I'll do that.
Okay. You head north of town, and even though the address was in, the address that you got on the napkin, it is a residential street. At the end of the street is a brown 2-story house, and it's just north of Hemingway Park.
Okay.
The garden in front is fairly poorly tended. Blinds are closed on the inside, and have been rotated, so they're shuttered. All windows and doors are closed as well. There's darkness inside. Basically, there's no visible signs of light or even of life. A few steps away from just kind of aside from the front door is a garage. And that's what you can see from here.
Okay, well, it's obviously closed, so we should just go. Come back
Do
tomorrow.
you want me to see if like this key unlocks like a back door or something? I can sneak around the back and just see.
Give it a shot. I mean, no, that's a terrible idea. I would never suggest that. Go behind the back. Honestly, Jess is absolutely right. You should not have to go. Definitely do not take that key that Paul is holding and go around and try other doors. Do not do that.
I mean, if I just sneak round, it won't look as bad as like
Listen, I mean, if we weren't characters in a role-playing game who wanted to like do cool things and explore, then yes, the smart thing to do here is clearly just to turn all this over to the adults and stop fucking around. But we know the adults aren't going to get anything accomplished. It's up to us.
I'm going to sneak round the back and see if the key unlocks like a back door.
Damn right.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at Jess and be like, Jess, we should come on.
Go what? No.
Come on.
That's breaking and entering. That's illegal.
It's not breaking if you have a key.
And also,
Listen,
Jess, if we get caught, you'll run away. They won't find you on time. We'll be fine.
Nobody can run as fast as you.
Yeah,
just wait here, and I'll see if it unlocks
us.
anything. Because this is like residential. There's going to be people seeing. Just
go on, go.
Okay. Do you want me to roll for sneak, Sam?
I don't need you to roll for sneak just now. Because it's already fairly dark. Even this end of the street, you didn't see many people, so there was no one to kind of question you about what you were doing. You get to a back door that just has a stationary handle on it, so it's not one that you'd pull down on to open the door. And there is a little keyhole, the Yale lock keyhole, that you can put the key into. You slip the key in, and it's no resistance to it.
I'm gonna click the door open and just open it and listen to see if I can hear anything.
You hear a high-pitched, fairly low volume, constant beep.
Oh, this is not.
Does it sound like a home alarm system?
As you look round the side of the door, behind it is an alarm panel, and the little indicator has been lit.
Oh, can I type in the code that's on the key fob?
You type in 336699, and it goes boo-doo-doo.
Oh my god, you're so smart.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What was that? I didn't catch that.
Not doing it again.
I'm gonna like poke my head back round and be like, "Come on, hurry up!"
I'm looking at you with wide eyes, like this is not the first time you have done this. You're good at this. And I look at Jess like Jess should be reassured that we have a professional like Cass with us. I'm like, see, it's fine.
It's just changed so much since
we're not breaking and entering. It's fine.
We have a key. We have a code to the thing.
We have a key. I've turned the alarm off. If anyone finds us, we'll just say we're checking in. It's fine.
Jess, we're breaking and entering. It's a lie. I'm sorry. That's what it is. I'm tired of hiding it from you. Just get moving. We're in a hurry.
Jess, I promise. If we get caught, I will say it was all me, and I made you come in here, and it's nothing to do with you.
I will definitely call your name if I get caught.
Oh my god. Okay, well, let's just make sure that
I'll lock the door behind us.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Just do the thing so that we can get out of here.
Okay. Come on. I'm gonna go in and.
Okay. Are you all entering?
Yep.
Yeah.
As you do, Jess, just as you pass the alarm, you just hear a beep.
Just do the thing so that we can get out of here.
Okay. Come on. I'm gonna go in and.
Okay. Are you all entering?
Yep.
Yeah.
As you do, Jess, just as you pass the alarm, you just hear a beep.
Is that an alarm?
You look round, and on the panel, the lit display, a 7 has been entered somehow.
Was the code 7? Is that what it is?
No, there wasn't a 7 in the code.
The keypad is lit as well.
Did you touch this, Matthew?
I just look at you like, it wasn't me.
Can I try and hit like the clear on the keypad and see if anything happens?
You hit clear, and the code goes away. It's clear.
Okay.
I wait and see if it comes back.
You hang about for 30 seconds.
Not long.
Okay, about 30 seconds.
We're not looping the third here. Come on, let's go.
No, there's no more beep.
Okay, is there a light in here or something? This is fucking creepy. Can we turn the light on?
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Listen, if we turn the light on, then everybody outside's gonna know we're in here.
I'm gonna get
Jess,
Get
you
my
look
Zippo
up. Yeah. So Jess, you look
like,
up
flick it
as you've said. Can we turn the light on? You look up to the fitting that's dangling from the hallway, and you're the first one to see that the lampshade that was on there has been caved in, and you can see a broken bulb inside.
Damn.
I'm gonna get my Zippo out and flick it up like lighter style, walking
Yes.
through.
You light your Zippo.
Uh,
It goes out. It wasn't like it was like a misstrike. It goes on, and then it's like it gets blown out,
I'm gonna try it again.
and it goes back on.
And it's fine. It doesn't blow out again.
Yeah.
That's weird.
okay,
We're
guys.
definitely heading into the area where we're not just looking at things anymore.
What does the room look like the rest of the room? What are we standing in right now? Is it like a kitchen or like a
So this is
office?
this is a short hallway. There is one door at the end of the hallway, and there is another one immediately to your right. You can see through that. The door is wide open, and in there looks to be a kind of patient room. It's very comfortable. There are candles around the room. And there's kind of a big library wall of various different books, again, very themed towards inner peace, meditation, mental health. There is also on the lower shelf a series of her Primal Force books. There's kind of a series of copies along the bottom there. The real unfortunate thing about this room and the hallway, visibly, is that there has definitely been signs of a struggle. Inside the patient room, one of the chairs is knocked over on its side. The coffee table has been turned up. There is a now dry coffee stain on the cream carpet, and a couple of books have been thrown from there as well.
Does it look like they were like rifling through the bookcase?
No, it doesn't. It looks like there are signs of a struggle, but the bookcase itself is still intact.
I'm starting to think maybe what Mark wrote wasn't
A story.
Yeah.
Is there a desk in here? Like, is there anything that looks like it holds paperwork or?
Yeah, there is a desk in here, and there's actually a computer here. First look, the monitor, the CRT monitor isn't on, but you do see from the kind of how they were set up, where actually the actual computer part, what would now be the tower, is what the monitor is resting on, and the Packard Bell computer has a nice chunky round button that is still just slowly dashing on and off.
I'm gonna nudge the mouse and just hit the key to turn the screen on.
It takes a couple of minutes for it to boot back up.
You can hear the hard drive like.
Yeah. Is it
anyone live like this?
And it
So it's quite new, though.
and it whirs back up.
You've got mail.
Let's get ready to hack the planet.
And immediately the first thing that's open is an email.
Oh my god. That-
Guys, look at this.
I lean in.
They've got a Netscape address.
Sam, the effort you put into this game is way too much.
I had a
really
lot of
goddamn
fun on Photoshop, man.
I love it. It's so good.
I have seen Elizabeth's shadow walk across the living room and heard her voice for the first time in 10 years. She speaks through the dial tone on the phone and the flow of water in the shower. Are these signs that she is alive and that we'll be soon reunited, or am I losing my mind?
No, Cass, this is from the principal.
I long for I can't even pronounce that, and the clarity of mind it brings. No other place sharpens my mind in such a way. It makes me wonder if it's more than a building, if it's alive. Yeah, no, this is from the principal.
It's incredible news, Natasha. We should begin work again. But I told you never to use my work email.
Wait, what the hell, man?
Subject: Prophets Reunited.
Can I look through the book that I took from Mark's house and see
Yes,
if
her name Natasha.
that weird weird long word that begins with H. If it's in
Hephaestium.
How long do you want to take over that?
I literally just want to, like, if there's like an index in the book, just see if it shows up.
Is there a chapter called
Or if it's like,
Hephaestium and what they can
or if
do
it's like a header in the contents page.
So the contents page doesn't contain the word Hephaestium, and there is no index.
Okay, I'll look that up later. I'm gonna like scribble it down.
Okay.
On the inside of the book.
When I was playing with this the other night and I was doing the Photoshop stuff, I was so confused by the actual image of the email. I legitimately went to the cross to close the photo in Roll20. I was just like...
That was the other night when we were testing bandwidth, wasn't it?
Why does this keep popping up and it just won't go?
Yeah,
oh, because it's not actually, I'm not running Windows 95.
Why won't it close? Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So we've got that email. There is also on this beautiful Windows 95 Hewlett-Packard, Packard Bell, sorry, a Word document open.
Oh, what does it say? I click on it.
You flick to the Word document.
I'm really expecting good Photoshop now. Excellent.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Only
my
the best.
memories, they're all coming back.
The project is completed and I have finally succeeded. My technology will save humanity from itself. I almost can't believe it. I wish Elizabeth were here with me. Now it only remains to terminate the trial subject.
That's not good.
It will put a strain on my relationship with the robots, of course, but I'm sure I can make them understand.
Matthew, it's at that point.
Relationship with robots?
Matthew, it's at that second that you get a flash of red light, darkness, cramps. It feels like people are screwing like drills and screws into your bones, and you fall back.
Bones.
Your bones fall back and down onto the floor, just
Matthew.
caught by the wall, sat now on the floor.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you a condition, but there was just that for 1 second.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
Are you
okay?
what happened?
Are you alright?
I don't know. It hurts.
So then at that second, everyone hears a baby crying from somewhere inside the house.
Oh, good.
Do you
the
want
least spooky noise ever.
someone go check that out? I'm gonna Matthew, do you want some Advil or Tylenol or something?
I'll go.
And
check
I
it
pull
out.
out like
I'll come with you,
giant,
Stacey.
like thing of pills.
And I'm like, no, I'm okay. I just hurt really bad for a second. Help me up.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay with Matt and Jess.
I'll
Oh,
go.
you gonna let me go find the
Stacey.
spooky noise on my own?
No, I'm gonna come with you. I mean, I kind of dragged everybody in here, so I should probably.
All right, is there a baby here? I hope she's been fed.
Whose baby is this?
I get the feeling this might not be a baby, Stacey, but is it coming from the other door?
Yeah, it's coming from the other door. I mean, it's you discern that after a while. It's like hard to distinguish in the house. And actually, Matthew, from your experience of sound equipment, it actually sounds a little bit like this baby has reverb on it.
Oh, cool, sick. I like sample the baby. I put like a little bit of 4/4
What,
beat
you like
under
you're on
it.
your Discman?
Yeah, and they get some
Future fuck it
arpeggiators
up
in
would be
there.
perfect.
Yeah, totally. It's a good rip.
Paul will probably reach into the jacket and pass you a mini disc player to record it.
Fantastic. Yeah. So does that mean it sounds like it's a recording? It's not like a for reals baby.
Maybe, but it's got that classic ghostly echo, even within the house.
If I wasn't terrified, I would totally be excited.
Here, I'll give you my arm and like help you up. Like we shouldn't we should go after them. Is there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are you gonna open the door, Stacey, or?
I pull up a glove.
Oh God!
I just open the door.
Okay. You actually are now in what looks like a kind of living room area. And then a little it's actually not got a dining room, but it's got this little kind of kitchenette thing next to it with linoleum floor and stuff. There's a big puddle around the fridge. The door is slightly open. And there's no light coming from the fridge itself. You get wafts of this putrid, vegetable smell from inside the fridge. It's also fairly warm, weirdly enough, in this room.
Gross.
And there's still signs of chairs being scratched, lights being smashed out of the fittings. And the blinds, as I said before, are down and they've been closed.
That pool of water from the fridge,
Mhm.
is it water where like the fridge has been left open, or is it something else?
Do you want to find out?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and kind of just like very gently like tap the top of the puddle. Is it water or is it sticky and awful? And
The smell
It's-
is coming from inside the fridge.
Yeah, it's kind of sticky and quite manky. You look down, and you actually manage to see your reflection coming in from some of the gold, kind of orangey streetlight from outside, and then over your shoulder is this other woman. For a second, you snap back, and there's no one behind you, but the group a couple of paces back.
did you? Was there? Who was? There was a woman in my reflection. There
There wasn't anyone here. There wasn't.
So I come in and I look at you and I look around. I'm like, it's just us. It's okay. And then I look over at
I saw her.
I look over at Stacy and I see you wearing the like one glove and I'm like, cool glove, OJ. And then I look back at everybody else. I'm like, we should probably go. I think I'm done with this place.
I do not
Open
want
the
to
fridge.
anymore.
Elizabeth?
No, don't talk to the ghost.
Wait.
Why are you
It
talking to
said
the
she talks through the dial up on the phone, right?
Do we
Oh,
still hear the reverb, baby?
No, the reverb
Is there a
baby
phone
is
in
gone.
here?
You have a look around. There is a phone, and it's actually been thrown across the room, ripped out of the wall socket.
Just pick it up
Oh,
and dial
there's no hope.
666. It'll be
There's
fine.
no hope of us getting it working, right?
I mean, maybe
I
Paul could
guess
get
it's a
it
call.
working.
Like,
Could I try?
Can you
fixing
get this?
Yeah, sure.
Weird robot ghosts don't need
All right,
electricity
let's
to talk
roll
to
me,
the
roll
ghost.
me, Tinker. Tinker.
Ooh, can I help?
I
I
guess.
really want to help.
Yep. Then you roll
Because
an
I want to
extra.
feel useful and I'm terrified.
You roll an
Um,
extra. You roll an extra die, Steve.
Okay, yeah, because I have Tinker. I'm kind of like.
Thanks,
whoa,
Matt.
whoa, whoa.
Okay, here we go. Here's some
I give you my Swiss Army.
Nice.
knife.
Look at the
That's
chat
what
now.
I got.
Oh,
Look, I'm
jeez.
definitely gonna need your
8
help.
die?
Shit.
8 die.
Shit.
Wow.
All of
So
them stink. Hang on.
you
I've got
can
terrible.
push this. You can push
one of
this. You can re-roll, and you will get a condition.
And here's
Right.
this dice. Oh, god damn
I
it.
love how I'm
Okay.
so used to playing Tales from the Loop that I'm like, don't worry, guys, we've got luck to spaff.
No luck for you,
We
teens.
ain't got shit.
No.
I am going to push this.
Okay, so you
Yes.
need to cross off a condition for me.
I think I'm pretty scared at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, same, like for
Okay,
real, in
cool.
real life.
Do you want to assist
And-
again? Because I'll let you strike off
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a condition.
totally.
I know. I don't think that's like rules as written, but it's cool.
Okay.
Okay,
So
let's see if we can.
let's
better
do that
than eight.
again.
leaving you.
There we go.
Yeah, there's one.
Yay.
Yeah.
Roll that extra one. You might get
Yeah,
an effect.
And here's one. No.
No.
Aw.
All right.
I'm
So
the worst.
you manage to get the. You actually have to pull apart some of the plastic casing.
Okay.
You just check the wiring. Everything lines up okay. You just make sure the connections are right. Close the casing. You move it over. You plug it back into the wall socket. What do you want to do with it?
Pick it
Well, I guess we need to dial up Netscape. 'Cause that's where the email was coming from. I mean,
No, just
or
me the
do we
phone.
just leave it open? Okay,
Just
I'm sorry.
give me, and like I just pick it up off the wall. Is there like a dial tone?
There is a dial tone. Yeah.
Elizabeth?
Downstairs.
Oh, motherfucker.
No, I don't want it.
Did you say something?
Is she saying something? Is
Did you
there?
say something?
She says downstairs. Is there a downstairs?
Is there anything around here that I could use as a weapon, like a baseball bat or like
You can pick up a
I want to open
Yeah.
the fridge.
You can
kind of
pick
laser rifle?
Matthew. You can pick up a chair leg.
Okay, yeah, I'm just
What's
gonna
in the
do that.
fridge, by the way.
Yeah, I want to open the fridge.
The fridge is full of moldy vegetables and hummus.
Thank God.
Hummus.
Is it avocado?
It's a weird hippie cult. Of course,
Is
I've
it
got
fresh?
It's not avocado
Oh, yeah.
hummus.
Have we seen stairs that go down, or like anywhere that goes to like a basement? Or
No, who wants to look for the stairs?
In the spooky house.
I will take a look.
All right,
Stairs.
you want to
I
roll me
like
invest?
Shakily put
Anyone
the
wanna help me
receiver
look for the
back
stairs?
down. Like,
Sure. You want to? Someone wants to roll me investigate, Cass. You want to lead
Yeah.
with that?
Go on,
Okay.
Cass. I'll help. Not that you need my help.
Beautiful. One success.
Woo.
Okay. You actually pull away a tapestry that's on the wall. It's kind of the way that you came into the room, where the door actually swung that way. Behind that door is a tapestry, and behind that is a basement door.
Is it locked?
You try the handle, and it opens.
Holy.
no,
Someone's coming down with me, right? Because I'm not going.
no, we're gonna, yeah, no, we've gotta, should we call the cops?
I don't know. Maybe we should. Maybe she's like, it could just be like a weird phone thing. Someone could be hurt down there.
Yeah. Also, if we call the cops, we'll explain why we're in here. And
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and how that ghost attacked my bones, which we
Wait,
don't have
what?
a reason. We can't. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later.
Michael, Matthew, yeah, give me that. And I like gesture to the chair leg.
No, this is my weapon. Get your own.
Okay. It's actually,
gonna-
Cass, it's actually quite a thick door. It looks like a normal door on first inspection, but as you open it, and you actually have to open it towards you, there is quite a kind of thickness of the actual inside, and there's some foam padding that is kind of designed into this kind of concave honeycomb.
like sofa, like old school sofa cushions.
No,
padded
this
cell
looks
phone?
more
No, it's
professional
like-
than that.
It's like soundproofing.
This is soundproofing.
Right.
Oh.
Oh, good.
We should find something to keep this door open while we go down there, unless someone wants to wait up here by themselves. But
I'll drag something, and like I go to like across the hallway to the office and try and find something that I can like drag to hold the door.
I mean, sure, there's plenty of furniture and stuff that you can. Yeah, there's plenty of
Yeah.
fun stuff.
So I like drag a chair, like
Mhm.
one that looks kind of like heavy-ish.
did we come by a kitchen?
There's a
Wait,
There's a
we're in
kitchen
the
like right
kitchen.
next to this bit.
Cool. Can I grab a knife?
Oh my god! You
Yes,
guys.
you can grab a knife. There's a knife in the drawer.
I'm like, look, I don't know what's down there, just in case.
well, if you've got the knife, I guess you can go first, right?
Wait, what?
I'll go first.
No. I will not be challenged. Back off.
No,
Jess.
no, Stacy.
Back
I'm.
off, Jess. I got this.
I was kidding, Stacy. We can...
Nope. I'm going first.
I'm the
My face, I'll bust
fastest.
out
If
the way.
something's down there, I can run up the
I mean,
stairs and we can shut the door.
It seems clear that Stacey's just doing it.
Yeah, I'm
right?
just
Like,
doing it.
just
Okay,
talking
right.
isn't-
Okay,
Stop.
you creep down the steps and round the corner into a dank basement. First thing that hits your senses is the smell, unmistakably, of the kind of bleachy chemicals and rotting flesh.
Gross.
And then a
Ugh.
scream. A monkey's scream grabs your attention,
oh, right.
Flick the zipper on.
and there are two monkeys in this cage atop this
Ugh.
container.
Oh
The wooden
my
container underneath says Cab 3, and atop that, this cage, one of these monkeys is screaming at the bars and pulling at you. This monkey
Oh my
looks
God.
thin, and it's grasping at you. There's a second monkey inside, and it's lying down, its eyes half open, and you can just about see it breathing.
Ugh.
Oh no!
In a cage next to that is a dead bunny. White,
What were they
and its
doing?
back legs have been replaced by machine
Yes.
tracks.
Cyber bunny.
Oh, are they...
To the
Are
right,
there notes and papers?
to the right of that, as you move the zip around to look, is a tarp on the floor, covered in dried, dark red blood.
Is there anything under it? Or is it just like flat on the floor?
That's flat on the floor.
Oh god.
There's a metal table, almost like that kind of catering style kitchen sink kind of table, with jars, and these jars have flesh-coloured growths inside, right the way from creams to black skin, and half of them are either dried up, have gone green from gangrene,
I don't like it.
or themselves are half full with blood.
This is not good. Okay.
Are there any like papers around? Any notes?
As you
I don't think
slowly make your
I
way
don't think that
through
she
the...
was a therapist, you guys.
What the ghost lady does to go down here? It's
I mean, I believe she was a doctor, but not a therapist.
The only thing vaguely resembling a desk, as you turn round, avoiding or moving around the crates and the cages, is another metal table. On that is this kind of radio. Aside from this cassette player, it has more like a kind of ham radio setup just behind. And then that has several dials, and then also a little kind of more futuristic looking computer block next to it.
Does the voice on the phone said down? Does it look alive?
This looks as it is. There's no movement from it.
So it looks like the picture. It's got like the spine and shit.
Yeah, but then
So cool.
But then the who are you, Steve? You'll notice, Paul, immediately that this is a robot spine.
Right. Okay.
But there is blood having kind of around it. There's these little, almost little sacks of flesh on top of it. And like I said, behind it, there's this kind of ham radio setup that's a bit more complicated. And then next to it is a little more futuristic kind of servery-looking computer. The only thing other than that on it is a little notepad and pencil.
Okay.
We should not be here. We should go. We should call somebody. We should call those cops that
I don't think that's a good idea.
What was Mark even doing here? Why was there a lady on the phone
What's on the notepad?
On the notepad are some names scribbled. Peacemaker, Back at You, Empathy Enforcer, War Ender, a few of them scribbled out.
Are these...
She said there was a project, right? That she was saving humanity from itself? In the Word doc.
The cassette player, is it playable? Is there a play button?
Don't touch it.
I am touching the living
I love you, Lloyd.
out of that thing.
I like how it's like cool. Tales from the Loop. It's like a role-playing game directed by Steven Spielberg. Things from the Flood. It's like a role-playing game directed by terrifying David Cronenberg. Every terrifying 90s horror. Oh God. Blech. Yeah, sure. Just hit play on that bad boy.
Yeah.
Fuck it. There was no way I wasn't gonna hit play.
No, let's get that hellish remix.
No, touch it.
Oh, don't touch it. Oh
Obviously.
my god.
You gotta press
I
the button.
flip the knife over and I go boop.
Okay.
Fantastic.
You start to be overcome with a smell of rusty blood.
Gross.
Oh.
You can feel, when you get like twitches in weird places? Just like, not cramp, but when you twitch.
Oh, like when you're falling asleep?
A little bit. Sometimes, like if your eye twitches, or if like your forearm twitches, that starts to happen in several places across your body, and then it gets to a point where that starts to cramp up as well. It gets to a point where
Is this just happening to
this is happening
Stacey?
to everybody.
God
Turn it
damn,
off.
my bones again.
Turn it off. That's how.
You try to reach the stop button, and you fall just before you get to the table.
Can I hit it with my chair leg?
As you go to raise your like weird baton thing, the stool leg, There's a drill goes into your pelvis, and you fall to one leg.
Can I?
The room seems red all of a sudden. And
I assume the drill is a metaphor, and I'm not literally being stabbed.
Yeah. Well, you feel like there is a drill being
my tibia
drilled into your body. Yeah. There is a sensation now. A sensation not necessarily that is backed up by your physicality, but where you're actually being held down. Metal screws being forced into your bones.
Oh, stop!
An overwhelming stench of feces, acidic vomit, blood on the tongue, and this sound of this drill and a baby's scream. And
Stop
then
it, we're trying to help you.
the cassette clicks off. And it's all gone.
Cool.
It is oh, you all saw that?
Are we leaving?
Is the ham radio on? The radio behind it?
Don't touch it. We
yeah.
should go.
We should stop touching.
Has it got like a microphone?
No.
No. I'm just gonna call out like Elizabeth. Are you? Hello?
You don't hear anything. The monkey has stopped screaming at you.
Is it still alive?
It's still staring at you because there are two in the cage. The one is still staring at you through the bars. And the other one...
That monkey, yeah.
And the other one...
No.
Semi-conscious on the floor.
This is not... We should...
Okay, let's go. I'll put the alarm back on and
then we'll call and say that
we heard screaming.
Yeah.
Because we did.
I don't know, but maybe if they've covered up his death, then who knows? They might know something's going on here. They might already know.
Here, how about we go to the phone upstairs, just dial 911 and then leave.
Sounds fair to me. I'm down. Let's do it. Let's go now.
Sure.
It's an agreed plan?
Yes.
Cool,
Good
okay.
plan.
I don't want to be here anymore.
You do exactly that. You head upstairs, you dial 911, you leave it on. Just as you leave, you can hear the very echoed voice. Operator. And you go through the back door.
Yeah, I'm gonna set the alarm.
Yeah, and close it.
As we go out the door, does it say 7 again?
You can't see or hear through the door to check.
Okay.
But nothing else has been entered on the keypad. There are no other digits before you enter the code again. You leave through the back door. As you are making your way down the street, you dive behind a bush as a cop car, patrol car, zooms down to the end of the road, stops at the street. A cop gets out, hammers on the door, and is trying to gain an entry.
We should see if those black sedans show up again.
We'll find out in a minute.
I mean, if nobody answers, do you think they're just gonna leave?
Well,
No, like we left it off the hook.
As a few minutes go by, the cop is obviously trying their best to look around the house, look for a point of entry, trying to look through the blinds, see if there's anything. Eventually, they have to kick down the door. And they do so, and you see them on their radio as they enter the house. Is there anything you want to do right now?
I want to wait and see if he comes back out.
I have to go home.
It's getting late.
Yeah, I can't stay around here.
Let's get out of here.
If I don't have a chance to get my moped out of here, I'm not going to be able to get it out because it's,
You go. I'll stay and see what happens and who shows up.
Okay.
No one's gonna miss me not being at home for now.
Okay, we're off. Bye.
Either we all leave or we all stay here. We can't just leave somebody behind.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
You'll be finer if
I want to see if he comes back out or if he just doesn't come back out.
He's a grown up. He can handle it. He's got a gun.
Yeah, but a weapon didn't save any of us from what happened down in that basement.
We didn't have
none of us got hurt. I mean, not actually.
I look at you like, the hell we didn't.
Look,
It's like they'll see that it's weird and they'll call whoever's in charge of weird shit. That's not us.
Yeah.
This is like
We need to go.
we need to go.
what happened to Mark was really weird, but like this is dangerous.
Cass, we're going. Come with us.
Sure,
Okay.
fine.
Good.
Cool.
Right, so we get the hell out of there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You all leave. Do you separate? Do you guys head back together and then kind of drop people off at homes, or?
I feel like we would drop each other off where we can.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul, you are the last, and as you take your little magnetine moped home to your granddad's garage, you notice you are slowly tailed by a black sedan.
Okay. I feel like maybe I need to pick an inventive route and not be tailed anymore.
Okay.
It's okay if you die, Paul.
Do you want to try and lose them?
Yes, I do very much.
Okay. I need you to roll for me. I need to figure this one out. I think it's going to be move, actually. Maybe move. Yeah, I would say move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to say sneak, but they're both appalling for me. So,
Sneak or move, your choice.
I mean, they're both identically awful. So we'll go for move.
Sure.
I don't know why they did it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I should turn the lights on the moped or something.
Yeah.
That's not very stealthy.
You indicate one way, then go the other, and the black sedan is clearly still behind you.
God damn
It trails you all the way to your home, but in the end, they don't get out.
Okay. Do they just sort of...
The car stays where it is. You do your best to not draw attention to the fact that you're kind of trying to see what if they're there, what they're doing.
Yeah, I'll try and look in the wing mirror or something.
Yeah, but as you pull up and as you put the bike in the garage, you can see that they are still just sat there. But I want to clarify this: no one else sees or notices this happening to them. Okay.
Okay. I mean,
it's Friday.
Yay!
Gotta get down.
Get out of here. That will not happen for like a decade, so stop it.
Thank God.
Such a shame.
Now, it is the beginning of the day, but something rings in the back of your minds. Cab 3.
Yeah.
Is a bit of an urban legend amongst some of the raver community particularly. But Cab 3 is a title or name of a little bunker that had been used once for a rave. Now this bunker is one of several cab bunkers that was used for just in case the commies coming over to take the loop.
Damn communists.
Yeah. So in your head, that link between this bunker and the wooden crates you saw in the basement definitely ring a bell.
Okay.
So
School today is the like funeral vigil thing, right?
Yeah, so the vigil is just after school.
But we don't need to worry about any of that shit because it's like happening in the background, right? Like, we have other stuff we got to do. We know that that's not that important.
Yeah. So at the vigil, there are only really a couple of kids that speak. Mark wasn't known for having many friends, in all honesty, but your photographs are greatly appreciated. The head, Principal Collins is the one to say a few words, and mainly just focuses on Mark's love of photography and how that will leave a lasting mark on the world, a lasting impression on the world.
After all of the like speeches or whatever happen, I want to go up to the principal.
Okay.
Mr. Collins?
Yeah.
The speech you gave about Mark was real nice.
I'm hoping it helped.
I actually I didn't say anything before, but I remembered he was talking to me about this weird thing, and I don't know who I should talk to about it. Okay. He was talking about Hephaestum. You know what that is?
Could you roll empathize for me, please?
Sure.
I believe in you.
0 successes.
Yeah.
Okay, he says, sure.
Can I push myself?
Yeah, you absolutely can. What would you, in conversation, what are you saying to him that's kind of pushing it a little bit too far?
I think that it's just I'm trying to drop more hints. He would talk about blah blah blah, and it's kind of obvious that I'm trying to get him to reveal something that I already know he knows.
Yeah,
right?
Sure. So push yourself, knock off a condition, and
I'm scared. So do I just knock the condition before I push myself?
Yeah,
or
it's a requirement of it. So yeah, so you click the condition and then
right, so the retry is always at 1 less die. There
2
you
successes.
Oh, nice. Cool. So there is an effect attached to that too. He's visibly uncomfortable, and he looks like he's been made a little bit. Like he's obviously on the back foot now, and he's being very quiet, not giving much away. But so as an effect, what do you want him to let slip? What do you want to get from the conversation?
I want him to whatever way he tries to skirt around the subject, I want him to reveal whether this Hephaestum is a drug or a place, so that we have a better idea of what we're looking for.
So he
refer to it in a way that I know what it is, not necessarily understand it, but know what kind of noun, right?
Yeah, so he definitely says, well, I wouldn't know where that would be. But it sounds Greek. So, Latin Club is always looking for new members. I don't know why they do Latin. I don't know.
I was saying, what a dork. Greek, Latin, it's all the same fucking shit. Just get out of here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he talked about going to there before. Said it was pretty cool. I think he talked to a couple other kids about it. They might try and go by themselves.
I wouldn't do that. We're still in a state of emergency, and I know that some people get quite kind of relaxed and forget about that kind of thing, but the AER are still here, and they're still trying to look out for us. So, please don't do anything stupid, go into the desert zone or anything like that. Please just, stay
I would never.
Here. And,
I have track anyway. Gotta go. I'll see you later at the meet or whatever. Okay, bye.
Like awkward Napoleon Dynamite kind of.
Guys,
later days.
Hey everyone. So I hopefully catch everyone and be like,
no shit. I know where I kind of know where that place is that they were talking about in the email to Principal Collins.
Do you think it's the same place that was mentioned, the falls?
I don't know. He said it was in the desert zone.
But would that be?
I don't know, in the fucking desert.
7 Dry Falls.
Thanks, Jess.
Density,
sassy.
right?
Okay, I'm going to move us ahead a little bit. We are starting to move along with time. I mean, we can stay for another kind of 30 minutes or so. We can wrap this up. So,
also, guys, I'm pretty sure Destiny Sky isn't her real name.
Yeah,
it's Natasha.
Thanks.
You know that right at the end. Yeah, right at the end. Guys,
I feel like I was going to say she would be like, by the way, I don't think Natasha's. I don't think Destiny Sky's her real name. By the way, I was like, yeah, we know.
I will tell people that I think I was followed home. By the way.
Okay.
Oh wow!
What?
When you say that, I say to Jess, but to everybody, I'm like, this is why you don't go to the police.
Well,
because
we didn't.
And I nod, and I'm like, yeah. Well, we talked to them before, so they know we're persons of whatever impress. So now we have to be careful because they're going to be watching us.
So if they're watching us, we'll probably be safer.
Jess, your inherent trust in authority figures is your greatest weakness.
The faith in your lack of friends is yours.
You saw a movie once.
Wait, what?
Good work.
I didn't. Shut up.
I don't think it was even out yet. Right. I don't think that was one of the prequels. Anyway. Okay, so you make your way out into the desert zone. And making your way towards this kind of where this Cab 3 rave was once.
Yeah.
And out there you eventually find what looks like one of those kind of submarine hatch porthole things.
Yeah.
In the ground, with the circular turning things, and you have to, like safes, you have to circle them loads, and then you can get the hatch up.
Yeah. Right. So while that's happening, and I assume Jess, who's like obviously our muscle, is opening the thing. I'm like recounting a story about like one time my brother said that he was at a rave out here, and that there were these two guys with masks on, and he said that everybody thought that they were Daft Punk, but that nobody knew for sure, and that's how Daft Punk is, because you never see them in public. They just wear those helmets. But he said it was a really good time, and there was like 700 people here.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard that.
I've never not cared about anything more in my life than right now.
Nice try.
Don't be rude, Stacy.
You know what? I'm a little tired, okay? Ghosts, weird things, recordings that make me feel weird. I'm allowed to be a little cranky.
And
you don't have to
home by Men in Black last night.
Okay, we don't have to
just me.
I think I think we should know what happened. I mean,
well, we didn't come out here to stand around in the desert and not investigate.
Let's just go down. Let's just see. I mean, if there's nothing here, then we can stop, right?
Okay, well, I brought a flashlight this time because your thing didn't work very well. So let's just go.
Okay.
Just got it.
You drop down into a narrow, dark hallway. Rats squeak underfoot and run from your presence.
No.
Someone gets a cobweb in the hair, Stacy. Sorry.
Ah!
And a spider drops down onto the floor.
Are we in a haunted house? Do we walk through a hallway full of mirrors and then somebody jumps out and throws blood on us?
So this is kind of nuclear bunker. There is some very dim lighting, kind of those oval lights with the grating over the front on the walls. Kind of dimly light the corridor, and reverberating down the corridor, you can hear what sounds to be like the screams of about half a dozen babies.
Oh God, this is never good.
I have never wanted to be more child-free than this moment.
You can also, in the distance, hear mechanisms.
You said there was a rave down here once?
This is not a rave.
There are drills. There's little mechanical servo motion sounds as well, all reverberating around the metal and concrete.
I mean, if this is really that Hephaestion place, then Principal Collins has been here, and he's like the lamest person that we know.
Yeah, it can't be that bad, right?
If he can do it, then like, yeah, it's probably nothing.
I mean, everything's echoey in here. It could just be something tiny that just sounds really loud and awful, right?
Yeah, that's that's how it works, right, Matt?
And I just shrug and I'm like, sometimes lameness is just a mask to hide the evil within.
You've got to stop, like, you got to. Oh God, you got to stop watching X-Files. Not everything is X-Files.
I don't think that's his problem.
I look around and like, we're in an abandoned bunker in the middle of nowhere. Last night we got cursed by a cassette tape made out of blood, and you're telling me that I'm the one being crazy? Let's all stop trying to justify that this is some kind of normal thing and just press on, okay? It's just gonna get weirder from here.
Let's just get this over with. Let's
just go and see what it is, I guess.
Come on, people.
You make your way through a fairly large abandoned storage chamber, a lot like the one pictured. There's some empty and some broken, discarded wooden crates with Cab 3 written on. You make your way through one of the large metal blast doors to more of a kind of not like hospitality, but like a habitat kind of area. And then down towards the bottom of that are some cells. So they've made a kind of brig or jail cell in here.
Okay.
The first one you come across on the left, and there are roads two sides of these things. The first one on the left, you see a robot who has missing an arm. It's kind of sat, and his metal jaw is just chattering away. And there's just a flicker of green in his eyes, lighting him up slightly.
Okay.
And for a robot, at least, he's got a kind of 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
Right, for a robot.
For a robot, you know.
Sure.
I mean, can I work out vaguely what might be wrong with him just from looking, or would I have to get closer, which I don't want to do?
You can't do it by getting staying where you are now. You'd have to get closer.
Well,
I really want to fix him.
You all just stayed still for like a second, and I thought my computer crashed again. Fuck my life.
we were all frozen in terror.
Oh my days.
Yeah, obviously.
So that's your fault.
I am going to go close to the bars because I want to know what's wrong with it. He's this weird kind of broken thing. I want to understand it. I want to take him apart and fix him.
So this is roll me like there's Tinker, isn't there? Like,
probably. I'm still scared though.
Yeah, roll me Tinker. That's a lot of dice.
Hey, I've got a 6 though.
That's cool.
You
Okay.
did. Congratulations.
There's obviously something going wrong with some processing here, but not only that, there's a lot of him missing here.
Yeah.
It actually looks like things have. It's not like he's been in a fight. Things have been removed. And so servos are trying to fire off like little ball joints, and they're not doing anything. And actually, you look now, and kind of around the back, half of his skull plating has gone, and a lot of the circuitry has been pulled.
Is this like our science project to dissect a robot, basically? Take it to the nth degree.
Yeah. So this is basically if you would be taking apart a robot while it was still like alive.
We have a word for that. It's vivisection and gross.
This metallic vivisection.
Principal Collins didn't set our science task for us, did he?
You don't know whether that was directly or not, but
what's up,
Paul, this thing's not gonna like come at us, right? Like it's not working, right?
It's behind the bars, right?
So.
The cell door is open, but there's no indication that he's either looking at you or that he has noticed anything different.
What about the other cells?
Do you think that this is like
another one, right?
You hear, because of the echo, quite audibly, hello?
Oh my god. Hello?
It's a female voice, quite nasally.
And
Natasha?
Who is it?
Who are you?
Do we look like? Can we look further and like? Is there more cells?
Yeah,
you got the flashlight.
Right. I flashlight at whatever.
Cool. And starkly lit in the flashlight is a woman. Short, fairly heavy, with short blonde hair and big glasses. As you look at her now, she's wearing a blood-stained apron, rolled up white shirt sleeves. On the floor of her cell lies this bucket of effluence.
Are you okay? Are you hurt? Is her cell door closed or open?
Her cell door is closed.
Does she have like a robotic crab claw for an arm? Or like, I feel like talking to her is a little early before we find out what kind of hideous cyborg she is.
No,
give it a hot minute.
We've got to the point where we have to check people for cyberization.
Yeah, true. Seriously.
Yeah. No, I mean, she looks fairly normal apart from the blood-stained apron. Next to her on the floor, on the other side, is a box of latex medical gloves. There are several discarded blood-stained pairs on the floor as well. Her hair is a mess. She looks run down, tired, and stressed.
Shit.
Yeah, I probably standing behind Jess, still clutching. I brought the chair leg with me. And I'm like standing behind you, and I lean out, and I'm like, "You're not some kind of like Terminator or something, are you?"
Oh my God, Matt.
Because you have to tell us if you are. Those are the rules.
Matthew, please. Are you okay? Did they hurt you?
Fucking kids.
I'll try and find a.
Wait. What if she's the lady who had all the house and the monkeys and the weird experiments?
Are you Dr. Sky?
You've been into my
house.
We've
seen her picture, right? We've seen Sky's picture.
Yeah.
Is it her?
Yeah. On the back of the book that Mark had.
Yeah.
This room. Yeah, this is obviously looks a lot worse off right now, but
I was gonna say she looks like shit, but
yeah, but this is the same lady.
Yeah, we've been in your house, and it's a freak show.
Well, you're here now, so you might as well help.
What?
Help with what? We saw creatures and a weird cassette.
And you have to kill it.
Kill what?
There are still
Cool,
the sounds reverberating around the cell room and the hallways of this bunker. These baby cries and drills and mechanics.
It's just a giant column of babies all stitched together.
God.
Is there like a way to open up her cell, or is it locked?
There is. I mean, you can jimmy it open. Let me have a look at the skills again.
I can try and force it. I'm pretty good at that.
You could try force.
Yeah, right. Like maybe we should put her in the cell. I think if Cass, if you go up to look at the lock, I'm like, I put my arm on. I think maybe she's in there for a reason.
The broken robot was allowed to come and go. She is not.
That is true.
So you're gonna say like, what? A human should remain locked up in this fucking bunker?
You saw her house, Jess.
Hi, Dr. Sky. I'm really sorry, but we don't trust you for Adam. So could you tell us what's going on, or we're gonna leave you in here to die?
What?
It's that simple. I'm down with this. I don't know why she's in there. I don't know why she's in there.
You saw her house
for mock death.
After that basement, I don't know what to make.
You don't understand. If you don't let me out, then everyone is gonna go nuts.
Okay, well you're gonna have to tell us what the hell was going on with that weird spine cassette tape bullshit. Cause
can I make a roll, like an empathize roll or something, to like while the other kids are talking to her? Can I kind of like try to get a feel for if she's full of shit or?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. And that'd be empathize.
Empathize. Yeah.
I
mean, she is pleading with you at this point.
Hey!
Oh, look at that!
Despite my fear.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah, she, as I said, is so emotionally tired that she's almost just slightly out of phase. Like she's distant a little bit kind of.
Oh, she's tweaking.
Yeah,
not too long. Too many uppers, too many downers. All right, I see how it goes. She needs some time in the chill out tent.
Yeah,
dude, you're 14.
Listen, I've been around.
He's seen things, man.
I got older friends.
Doesn't necessarily partake. He's seen things though.
Yeah, but I've seen some shit.
Yeah, she is a little bit distant. I mean, this is, early PTSD. She is just like, I just need someone to help me get out. We need to kill this thing. Look, these experiments, everything, this has been about trying to help humanity, and it's I get it. It's just wrong now. Okay, you need to get into the you need to get into the room. You need to get in there and just
Dr. Sky, just one thing. Did you do that to Mark?
What? Who?
Was that you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mark
pull
was
out
your
the book with the handwritten note.
Well, I know Mark, sure. What?
He's dead.
What? How?
We found him in the park dead, laid to rest with a bunch of feathers and beads and weird painted eyes. And they're saying he fell from some pylons, and but he didn't.
God, the vagabonds again. They must have have done this. Well, they're the robots from Russia. They're here, refugees basically. Mark takes the key.
Communist robots.
He was taking pictures. He was seen by someone, and he said he didn't see the shaman take you.
If they thought he was here meddling with things, they would have gotten rid of him. I didn't think they were capable of this.
I'm gonna light her a cigarette and pass it through the bars.
You can't come out, but here, have a smoke. Stay in jail.
Okay, all in favor of freeing her? Aye. That's an aye. Right, let's do it.
It's not a democracy.
Do you want me to try and me and Jess to try and force the door open?
Yep, can do.
Yeah,
This is going to be difficulty 2.
Can we all just put our shoulders in it to help?
I got some force.
No,
do you want me to do the main one, or do you want to do it?
I don't mind either way. It's probably stronger than me. I've got body 4, force 2.
Okay, I'm a little bit stronger, so you're helping. And then if forcing it doesn't work, maybe we can try tinkering. So +1.
Need one more.
Okay, so just 1 success.
Sam, what do our drives do?
Oh God, good question. I did know this. You can. I think drives you can check off to give you 1 automatic success.
Huh. I mean, I don't think now is the time for that for me. Because my drive doesn't really have anything to do with breaking this lady out of jail. I can't get it. Paul, can you maybe, I don't know, fiddle with it or whatever?
Just machine it. Do things.
Just do things.
Computer it.
I can try. I mean, it doesn't.
Okay.
It's not kind of a machine, but
so what happens is you rattle the cage. You do a bit of actual kind of lock picking. You manage to get the thing open, but it grinds on the floor as you open it, and that reverberates around the bunker.
Damn you and your conditional success.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you gotta fix whatever you've messed up for Mark.
Okay, but I'm gonna need some help. Come with me. And she rushes you to this kind of main maintenance chamber. Half of it is just rock. For some reason I'm imagining Fallout 3 bunkers. When you've got that bit where it's maintenance is a big kind of power thing in the corner. And there actually is that. But the first thing that you come across as you step up into this kind of chamber is this totem made out of various robot parts. Legs, arms, there is a head on top. It's been decorated by feathers. It's been graffitied on, and parts of that graffiti, if you glance at it, look like the melding of machine and flesh. Formless, but somehow evocative of life.
Matthew, I take it back. This is some X-Files shit, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to say.
Yeah.
As she rushes you further into the chamber, the next thing that greets you is the scene of a giant fetus, formless lump of organic tissue. It's got kind of 5 meters in diameter. It's got robotic legs, arms, bits kind of sunken into it as well. It's also got half-formed infant limbs.
Yeah,
coming
I've seen
out,
Akira too.
Coming out from this mass of kind of slowly pulsating flesh that goes into like different melatonin tones and weirdness. Some of it underneath is starting to rot, and the floor is not like it's not, you know, a few centimeters deep or anything, but it's just blood red.
What do we do?
Gears grind, deformed lives claw at the darkness, and several baby heads scream into the bunker.
I don't want to throw up.
Can we just, is there anything around here that will like, can we just self-destruct this fucking joint? How do we collapse this bunker?
Probably ask the lady who's about to tell us how to do it.
I'm looking at, listen, I don't know her. She ain't shit to me. I'm looking at my boy Paul, like, yo.
Okay, Paul, you absolutely can, my friend.
Bring this fucker down.
What we've got is these big kind of I don't know if they're capacitors or what, these power things that basically they got like Tesla coils on them, and they're like
so literally like Fallout 3.
Yeah, totally. This is what's in my head.
Is there a big cargo loader somewhere I can get in and fight this?
No, I wish there was. Yeah. I wish there was. But you've got this, and actually you can see a trail of thick, high voltage wiring, cabling going into underneath this fetus.
Okay.
Okay, what we've got here, guys, is an extended trouble. It means that we need everyone to roll. I need you all to tell me how you're going to approach this, and we need to get at least 5 successes for even a partial success on the task. All right. So,
partial.
Yeah, good partial. So basically, Natasha points out basically that we need to overload this. If we do, then otherwise it's going to broadcast its birth to this entire town, and everyone's going to go skits.
Oh my god, this is total Akira time.
Oh god.
Okay, all right. I'll move whatever wires, like trying not to get too close to this thing, need to be moved to like help with that. But like I'm not a tech person, so I'm not dealing with that. I'm just gonna like be the push things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So can I roll move for mine?
Yeah, so we're going to hold off. We're all going to roll together, and then we'll add it all up. So if you're rolling move, Matthew, what are you contributing?
My good skills are like charm and contact, so I feel like I don't have that much to add. Like anything I can do, I'm the heart kid from Captain Planet, like me and my little friend Monkey. So maybe I have to like lead. Maybe I'm just like moral support, like helping and like kind of running around and like keeping everybody coordinated, like not actually doing anything, but sort of like just making sure everybody knows they can focus on their task. And I'm like, you can do it.
Oh my god, that's oh my god, no, that is a thing. That is like actually a thing that I read. Where are the skills and stuff?
You're a project manager. Well done.
I'm coordinating.
Yeah. So
delegation is key to a good project.
No, if I was a project manager, I would just be emailing everybody and be like, "Where's that manuscript? I need this by Friday because we need to print next week."
Okay, here we go. Okay, so you can roll.
Yeah.
Your successes become a dice pool. In this scene, when it comes up to the extended trouble, you can distribute bonus dice to other people. So
nice. Okay.
What you can do?
What do I roll for that skill?
Well, my cat destroys my desk. So you're rolling lead. This is heart and lead.
Okay.
And then 1 success gives people 2 dice. 2 successes give people 4 dice. And 3 successes give people 6 dice.
Well, this is the last.
It's elementary.
It's the last opportunity. The last opportunity that I have. So I'm gonna push myself. I'm gonna push exhausted.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess I'll roll again. And hopefully, I mean, I'm at -2 now, so I'm only rolling 2 dice, but whatever.
Give it a go, man. Give it a go. I can
not
believe in you.
Magic.
No dice. All right.
All right. I think my cat is just. Yeah, you're gonna sit there now.
Well, I tried.
On my mouse. Okay. Sorry about that.
All right.
So Steve, you're kind of, I guess you're the main guy here with the
I'm
tinkering
going to
and
try
stuff.
and get wherever the power is coming from. I'm
Yep.
going to try and crank it so I can get as much juice going through these pipes as possible.
Perfect. Okay. So you'd be rolling tinker, I guess?
I would guess so.
Cool.
And then Stacy and
Yeah. Stacey and Cass, what are you up to?
Well, the thing is, I don't know anything about anything. I have no idea what to do in the situation. So I'm gonna go to the computer area and I'm gonna try and rewire the power he's sending in towards the baby by like him yelling instructions, me going, okay, is this the right one? How about this one? I don't know. And I'm gonna go calculate.
I love that your response to I don't know anything about anything is I'm gonna try to rewire this thing. Cool, I'm just gonna crack it open and wire some stuff. It's fine.
Like, how does this work? And try to
Command.com.
calculate to figure out where the energy, what's called energy pulses are going.
Yeah, cool. What do you want to roll for that?
Can I go for calculate?
Yep, absolutely can.
I'm like, have you got a DOS prompt? You're like, what?
What? Wait, hold on. It's Unix. I know this.
I know this.
Yeah,
No,
you
bad
don't,
Lloyd.
sadly.
okay, and Cass.
I'm probably going to follow Jess's lead. I'm going to start dragging like big power cables and putting them in places that look like once electricity starts going through them should have an impact. And I'm gonna drag them around with just like sheer force of just shifting stuff around. So while everyone else is being techie, there's like us two just being the brute force.
Cool. I would like everyone except Adam, I'm sorry, to roll for me, please.
It's fine.
We are looking for 5 of these bad boys.
Oh,
5. Oh my god.
Well,
Can
I'm
I
not
push my roll?
Everybody reroll.
All gonna push.
Can
I
I
got
push?
2 successes. Excuse me.
I'm gonna hit exhausted and push again.
I'm gonna have to
Okay.
hit exhausted as well.
I'm gonna hit scared and push again.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got 1. Guys,
Great,
guys, step
you got
up.
3.
Step up.
Where are we at, everyone?
Yes!
Yeah, we did it.
We did it. Holy shit.
Partial success.
What are we at? We have
Five.
5?
We have 5.
We're at 5.
We're 5.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 5.
Partial
Okay.
success. What a great feeling.
Listen,
Oh.
you know what? You take what you can fucking
Okay,
get,
that's fine.
right?
Okay, now we've got 5.
Yeah.
We need to check off conditions until we get 10.
Oh, what?
Okay. I guess I'll take
teens
exhausted
may
and
check
go
additional conditions to get more 6s in order to reach a compromise. Each check condition counts as an extra success. You can
Okay.
make yourself broken if you want to succeed at this point too.
Okay,
I
I checked another condition, so that's 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll check another one.
Is it
Okay.
3 you can take?
You
Or is
can
it-
you can check out here, mate, if you want. Like
I'm
in
not
conditions.
entirely sure I want to.
If
But
everyone checks one more condition, that should be enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Matthew has submitted conditions, I can check 2. I only have 1.
I've got 3. I'm good. I think so. I'm going to check injured because I think at one point I see like something is going to happen to someone else and I like throw myself in the way. So
But my computer crashed, and then my nose instantly started just gushing blood, and I don't ever have nosebleeds. Like this is genuine insanity.
So what he's saying
so weird.
is we failed the roll, and the baby is in his computer now.
I was going to say, yeah, as soon as weird for me because as soon as we crashed, I became pregnant with Satan's child. So yeah. I've never
this
been
wasn't
pregnant
about
with a
playing
human
Tales
baby
from the Loop.
before.
This was about not letting the baby get Sam's
Oh my
computer.
god!
Yeah, we're trying to save the
Thanks,
real
guys. We what
So,
the opposite of
that
evoke
was
is.
fun. Everyone dies. The
But I think
end.
we did it, right? Like we got
Okay.
We got it right. Yeah, we got it right.
yeah, we
Yeah.
tallied up enough of the conditions.
Yeah, I think so. You guys pushed the roll enough that you managed to get a compromise. Basically, as you were starting to move all this stuff around, as you were starting to overload the massive capacitors, robots with stun battens started making their way up into the
What?
big kind of
Oh.
crazy chamber of this fetus. As this fetus is starting to burn from the bottom, as it's overloaded with electricity and hoarse child screams echo into the chamber, you're all zapped by these robots, and you awaken in the desert zone, and you all see the silhouette, and it's morning. You all see the silhouette of a robot in a kind of cloak thing.
God damn it.
You just see a little bit of yellow, red, and black. Little dinosaur on the side, and these feathers in a plume on his head.
The shaman is here.
Are you alright? He asks.
Fucking terrified.
What happened?
The giant robot baby.
Are you okay? I saw you
sky?
jump in front of something, Matt.
I fell down. I'm all right.
Okay.
Like this guy, the shaman, he's like a working robot. He's not missing bits. He's not dribbling. He's
No.
not like the guy in the cell.
Not like me. Currently dribbling out my nose.
No nosebleeds.
Yeah.
God. I'm just like,
Are you alright?
Yes, I think.
Okay, who are you?
That's the guy in the picture.
Yeah.
Mark's friend or whatever.
The shaman?
Some call me shaman.
what should we call you?
Shaman, he just said?
Oh, sorry, I think they don't call me shaman.
Were you
Yeah, I
with
said some.
the robots that were in the bunker?
The Totem Clan?
Yes, are you one of them?
No.
Where are they now?
I don't know. They left.
Does anyone see Dr. Sky?
She's not here.
Where
happened-
is the other woman that was with us?
No, she's not. Do any of you guys know where we are right now? We have to go back home. We are obviously in way over our heads.
None of that stuff matters. And I look at the shaman and I'm like, what happened to Mark Griffin?
Mark. We laid him to rest. The totem. He got too close. They killed him.
So you were the ones that left him in the park?
He was... friend.
So is that giant baby gonna make everyone crazy?
Are you crazy?
Fucking crazy.
This is fucking spooked, I tell you.
come to your house.
This is fucking spooked, I tell you. This whole thing. It's fucking messing with people.
Stream. Cast
An
stream.
Amazon delivery from Terror.
I honestly think a little bit we just came out.
Jesus. I'm gonna walk out of this tiny room later, and there's just gonna be a fetus at the bottom of the stairs. Oh my god.
Probably, yes. I don't know. What's going on with you?
How are you doing?
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I can get you to the edge of town. I will
What are
go
you
no
doing?
further.
What are
Thank
you
you.
doing here?
This is my home. And as you look around you, you're on kind of like an island in the middle of this swamp. There's a tree house just behind you. A kind of more like a kind of metal shack in a tree. And out the corners behind little kind of desert shrubs and stuff are robots just peeking out.
Oh my god, that's such a good like closing shot too of like just all the robots like peering out at the humans. We're like, oh god, it's Robot Island. They have their own civilization.
Yeah.
It's the 7 dry falls.
Yeah.
And then we have the closing shot.
So cool. Yeah, I'm never gonna graduate from high school because I'm gonna stay here and become king of Robot Island. So you guys have a good life. I'm gonna hang out with these awesome dudes.
We out.
We have to
That's
spend the
so
next
cool.
week
Look at them.
convincing Matthew to
Oh
come
my
home
god.
with us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're fucking weird.
Cool.
Oh, all right, we're leaving. Yep, we're definitely like, well, thanks for the memories. See you later, shaman guy.
Well, there we are.
Cool.
Wow.
That
Oh,
was
man.
cool.
I'm just saying, if we'd come here first, we could have solved the plot way quicker, but no one listens to me. It's fine. Fine. It's fine. I had the ending right there.
Skips to the end.
Where does Stacey become Lloyd? and
You
where does
can do
Lloyd
your
become
speed
Stacey?
run later, all right?
Speed run Tales from the Flood.
Oh god.
Hop
Oh.
backwards to blink through
Exactly.
lights.
Well, that's where we'll bring the whole session to a close. Thank you for bearing with me and the many
Yeah,
thank
weird
you.
technical errors, as well as my nose just deciding to explode. Thanks so much, Adam and Bluejay, for coming over here and playing our games.
And happy birthday for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Birthday for tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. See, Adam, they like me.
They'll learn.
Everyone in chat should wish Bluejay a happy birthday for tomorrow.
Please do.
Yeah.
Encourage her.
Oh,
Cool.
cool.
Well, do all that cool stuff that people encourage you to do on the internet, like follow and tweet,
Like,
and
subscribe,
like and subscribe, and
comment,
ring that bell.
Ring it in.
Smash that
rate
like
on
Bye.
iTunes.
Find me on Twitter and tweet at me.
Yeah.
button.
And
What's up, everybody? Welcome, gamers. If you want to be here, hit the like and subscribe button. Yeah, go. Oh, yeah,
I need to be you, man. I'm not cool enough.
Where should they
All right, cool. I'm probably
Nerd.
taking so much out of your day. So, okay,
Oh.
thank you so much for coming down. Follow us, and hopefully, when I figure out what the hell is going on with my house, we'll be streaming some other stuff, casually D&D on Thursdays, and then we'll be doing some other Modiphius games and stuff in the future as well. Cool. All right, guys. Peace out.
Everybody.
Thanks.
Bye.